Good evening, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get this started here. These guys kind of just walked in and went right into it. How's everybody doing this Saturday? Thank everybody for hanging out. I know you got a lot of stuff to watch right now. All right, get the ball count and updated everything. So these guys are playing 9-8. Ryan fired a ball in pretty much really early in the rack and then ran a bunch. And Eric scratched, I think, on the break. So Eric's even. No, he's not even. It was a ball that went in another pocket. What's going on, Dave P? How's it going? Thought you might have been down at Derby this weekend. Nice little shot from Ryan there. Cooking Stargate Atlantis Marathon? Oh, why? You must be really mad at yourself. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. Why? Huh. All right, yeah, the names are wrong. Let me fix that real quick. Yeah, I gotta fix them.
Yeah, he's working on it. Cool, thanks, dog. Bye-bye.
Who called you about that? Yeah, somebody else, Cookie pointed out to you. I changed some stuff around, so I gotta fix that. PT balls. P1 balls. Oh, Colby's back. What's up, Colby?
Donkey.
Yeah. Like a... Yeah, no, you're pulling the wrong one.
Donkey, are you there? Nope.
Yeah.
Donkey? I can't hear myself.
You can't hear yourself.
I don't hear anything in the ear.
I hear you.
It's not on.
I hear you. You don't?
No, I don't think it's on.
Oh, it's on. Yeah, you're there.
All right.
Yeah. I don't know.
Anyway, Donkey, if you're out there, buddy. Oh, there you go. Now I can hear it. Whatever you just changed, that was it.
Volume.
Donkey, my buddy, Colby. My friend. I miss you. I sent you a picture. I found another one. I hope you appreciated it. Mr. IBA, are you coming up? I don't know why you want to try a fucking thoroughbred like Colby when you could play a little poodle pony like me. Yeah, we came back today. So we were there from Thursday night until Sunday. The second I walked in the door, Daniel and I played a little. Somebody saw how bad I played and asked me to play a couple of something a game. So we ran over and found a table and played until 9:30 in the morning. Who is IBA? It's Daniel Hill. Yeah, I stopped because I played for 10 hours and hadn't slept in 48 hours. I couldn't see anymore. And I didn't exactly quit. I just made you play a game where I didn't have to be able to see. No, Daniel drilled me at 9-ball. We played a little bit of banks. Daddy didn't have to see anymore, so I could pound a few balls in. I just closed my eyes and hit them hard like Colby does when we play one pocket. Yeah, the Derby was a lot of fun though. We saw some action. The biggest action was Little John, who's known as John Macias, or John Macias, who's known as Little John, was playing Dennis Orcolo, getting 9-4 and 10-4, playing 10-ball on a 9-foot table. So one set Dennis would go 9-4, the other set Dennis would have to go to 10 games. I believe he won 3 sets that way, including I think I heard that he was stuck like 3-1 and had to win 8 to win a set, and did. I also heard they played a set 12-5, and I heard Dennis won. And I thought I heard maybe he won something like 12-1, but I don't know these for facts. But I did watch part of it. But what it is like it's a room about the size of our whole pool hall. And it's lined with chairs and a couple couches and Big Truck's booth, and then there's a double-wide doorway where 50 people gather to try to watch from the outside. And so Daniel was sitting inside a little bit, I was sitting outside a little bit, and watching a little bit of it, but you can't see a whole lot of it, and plus there's so much to do with the Derby that I don't sit in one place. I go from station to station to station and make my rounds, basically. I call it just kind of like my old jobs. So I made my rounds, basically round and round and round and round you go. So I go from the action room, which this year they were using as a tournament room. They had 512 bank players. So yeah, 512 players played banks. So they were using the action room as a tournament room. So that was a little frustrating for us gunslingers.
Wow, that was a nice shot.
Yeah. What's the score here?
Eric's even. Ryan's got 7.
Oh wow. Yeah. So that was the that was the biggest action. However, there was some other small action. Russian Kenny seemed to have some money with him and was playing a few people. He played that Jason Hunt from New Orleans and played. He was offering a bunch of games. He offered Richie Rich to play an even set of 10-ball. Richie Rich wouldn't play him, or at least didn't play. Or we didn't see it played. They flipped a quarter for 30,000 today.
I still can't believe that.
And on a complete side note, I heard Carl showed up today. Don't know if it's a coincidence or not. Just a few things I heard. We were in the action, well, what turned out to be the action room, one of the other side tournament rooms that has like 3 tables in it, if you know what I'm talking about upstairs.
Yeah.
So we were in there gambling late last night, and there were some guys barking and nobody would play. We're over there playing a couple hundred a game, wishing they, well, not really wishing they, I shouldn't say that. Anyway, we're over there listening to it. So Daniel jumps up, he was drunk, and yells at everybody to just flip a quarter for 100, So he got no takers at first, and then all of a sudden the guy took his bet, so they flipped. Daniel lost. It was funny. Daniel was going to back it up by asking him to flip for his whole bankroll. And our friend said, "You don't want to do that because he's going to say yes."
Right.
That's the one thing at the Derby. You don't want to try to high roll people because somebody there will answer you. And out there is somebody there with more money than you. In my case, there's a lot of somebody's there with more money than me. Yeah, Deathball was there. I was actually frequently within earshot of him, unfortunately. So,
no, it's not Scooter, right? It's somebody else?
No, Deathball's definitely not Scooter. Deathball's the black version of Scooter that needs the 6-out from Scooter, or whatever he might need. Deathball took Rhea around the country for a short time, I think I heard.
What?
Yep, they were together for a short time.
Oh my god. Okay.
True story. What else? I can't think of any other real big action that we saw. Kiko was behind us playing quite a few sets with some other Mexican guys. Kiko's a real good player to gamble with, a real nice cue. A lot of ivory in it. You did that too, Brendan, don't lie. I don't know what I did. So you watched Scooter and Deathball get into an argument once?
I think he means two as in T-O-O. You did that too.
What did I do too?
I don't know.
That's what I mean. I don't know what I did also.
Oh, I have no idea. I can't read Donkey's mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to watch Deathball and Scooter argue. It's painful to listen to either one of them talk for more than 5 minutes. Scooter's a nice guy. He's actually a really nice guy when you talk to him when he's normal. But when he's got his act on, when he's in game mode, it's just a little different. You know, which is fun to watch. And, like, I mean, that's some of why we go, because you like to see some of this stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, but it also can wear on you a little bit, too. So, you know, it is what it is. But it's
you going back like, this weekend?
No. If I went back, it would be like, you know, I don't know. I'm not planning on going back, though, no. I'll be real honest with you. Number one, that drive is not fun. Especially, like, it just isn't fun.
It's boring.
Yeah. And then, you know, it's hard enough being away from the shop, but being away from my family. You know, one of the reasons why I have this shop is because I take and pick up my kids from school every day, and they don't have to go to daycare.
Right.
You know, so if I have to leave during the week, obviously that's not a good thing. And, you know, over the weekend is our busiest time, so yeah, I'm probably not going back this year. Plus, I'll be real honest with you. I love the Derby and everything, but it was kind of one of the more boring derbies I'd been to. Part of it's because we went on Thursday night, and we weren't there for all weekend. Part of it's because I spent, you know, most of my time in one match and in one spot, and then I was exhausted the rest of the time I was there, and I just didn't, you know.
Right, you didn't get the real experience of going around. And
I got the real experience. I was not into it because I was exhausted and I was tired, and I was just kind of loafing around, and it was just kind of, you know, like.
Well, you got your own private derby here happening once a week.
That's
so
the other thing.
You don't have to like that whole year's worth of urges that you got to fulfill.
I never even really thought about it, but that probably is a big part of it. I get a lot of it out now on a daily basis, whereas then I went there and got it all out in 3 days. Yeah. But to be honest with you, I got it all out in 10 hours there. You know, literally the first 10 hours I was there, I was in action. But you know me, it's not hard.
No, it is not.
But you know, like I always say, there's a reason why I'm in action. I don't quit winner. I don't quit loser. I don't have to ask anybody if I want to play.
Wow.
Which is another way of saying I back myself.
Yeah. That was nuts. Eric scratched on the break. Did you see that first shot from Ryan? Like, he fired the ball from 100 miles away.
That's how Ryan plays.
Yeah, that was crazy. Ryan's
an all-or-nothing kind of guy. Don't get me wrong. He knows how to move. Playing one pocket, he just chooses to shoot.
Yep.
No, just talking a little on the stream. Do you want to talk with us, Terry? What? Oh, we want you to listen with us. Come talk with John for a minute.
Colby wants to make sure you still got some action left.
Colby, I will never not have action for you, pal. There's a reason why I send you pictures of donkeys on a regular basis. I don't want you to ever forget me. You're my favorite ass.
Fire the ball is the only answer, he says. Gotta go.
Ryan is a modern-day gunslinger. He is going to fire. He remembers the days when he never missed balls. You know, so somehow I think he's going to miss a few more before he figures it out. Either that or he's just going to start making them all again, and it won't matter either way.
Right? We're trying to get TV Terry to put the headset on. Come on. All right, all right.
All right. Got us on, John? All right, I got TV Terry here with me, also known as Terry Hillsman. He used to own the Break. He's a good friend of ours, and he's here. Actually, Ryan, who's playing today, is his son. So Terry's here. We're trying to technologically advance him into the world. So we've got a headset on him. So
don't waste your time.
What do you think of this game so far? What do you think, Terry? You like your son in it?
I love my son.
How do you like him in this game?
My son's a cowboy. I don't know what to say.
I just called him a modern-day gunslinger.
He's a gunslinger, yeah.
Did you play like that when you were young?
No.
You never played like that? You always played tight?
I was starving. I was trying to get the money.
I was trying to explain
Until I got money, and then when I got money, I become a sucker.
I tried explaining that to Daniel. I'm like, hey, next time you play on our money, could you at least pull your cue out, practice, hit a ball, do something, break, roll a ball up the table. Don't even pull your cue out. Just roll the ball and see if the table rolls off. Do something. He won't settle down for a minute. Terry, Dwayne Spears just commented. Wanted to know how you're doing.
I'm doing fine, Dwayne. How are you doing, pal?
So
I can't hear you, Dwayne. What are you just talking on there?
He just chatted with us. I'll tell you if he says something. So we've got our chat going from Facebook and on Twitch.
Yeah.
So all the comments, they're talking about Deathball and Scooter and all kinds of guys. I was telling some stories about the Derby City.
Oh,
so
yeah.
We got Colby, Cookie,
when
Dwayne,
when you played on credit? IBA. Would you tell anybody how you played on credit?
Not yet. He's not getting put on the internet yet.
Who ain't?
The guy that owes me $800.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him a chance to pay me before the internet world finds out.
Yeah, that's like giving a guy a chance to shoot you first before you shoot him.
No. We're gonna work on getting paid.
Good luck, buddy. I hope you do.
Hey, you know what? I got paid. One way or the other, I got paid. I just want to get paid.
All right.
You're all done?
I'm done.
Thanks for joining us, Terry. We appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Hillsman, everybody. Thanks, buddy. What? That was good for you. We appreciate you. All right, I'll get back to it. All right. Ryan, I don't know if he's playing off this ball to come over to the side rail or if he's going to actually three-rail this ball, knowing him, and he does. I personally like that shot a lot. It's very easy to control, and it usually causes something good to happen. While it never very rarely goes to your hole, it usually will splash some balls towards your hole. Mark O'Brien doesn't like that shot. He likes playing off that ball and coming over to the side rail. Getting back down to almost like the same spot you're in before you broke. But oftentimes that ball you play off of will leave a bank or leave something from it, whereas that three-railer, like I said, just skim off of that ball and come back down to like where you break. Yeah. That's how I used to shoot it too. Well, I would even stay above the side pocket often, as long as there was a blocker or two up there to keep them off that corner, whatever my corner ball was. It just depends on where your lowest ball is, But he didn't like my 3-railer, but I just kept hitting it because I kind of just got it dialed in, you know, so I just kept hitting it, you know. I agree. And that ball always goes there when you break. And when the player returns your break, that 3-railer is almost always open. And oftentimes, like I said, I was shooting it because it was always open, and I was always in a bad spot after my break. You know, I mean, I'd much rather bank something off of their side off the break, you know, off of their return. But so I guess Ryan's going to 2-rail this ball and put him over on the side rail, or right in the stack, even better. Yeah, he didn't get enough angle on it, and this is going to sting a little. There's not a ton that I think Eric will get to. He's going to get this 2 ball. That might be it, to be honest with you. What? Yeah. I think Ryan's got an edge on him as long as Ryan doesn't sell out too much. He can't be missing balls. Yeah. He needs to learn how to play the score a little bit. Yeah. I believe in playing the score a lot, and some guys don't. They think that if they have a chance to shoot at their hole to win the game that they should do it, and I just disagree. You know, while every now and then that's okay, you know, it's yeah. I wish he'd talk to me like this with the headphones on. I know. Right. Exactly. Uh-huh. Yeah, somebody told me the way I learned it is when you're ahead you play like a coward, when you're behind you play like a lion. That's the theory I go by. And yep. So one of the other things I say is, you know, when you're behind, you have to pick a point where it's time to go. And sometimes that point can be a little earlier or a little later, depending on how the balls are laying. You know, if the balls are all laying great, you know, you may not have to take it right then. You maybe be able to wait for one more shot. If the balls are laying bad, I mean, you just can't. I don't want to wait for another guy to just put it on me. You know, I mean, that just die a sudden slow death, you know. Yeah, it'll get you in your wedge. Yep. There's you know, like I said, I can't outshoot people, so I have to try to outmove them and get one ball at a time. You know, that's how I play. I'm trying to learn how to run balls better, but it takes a while. Oh, Chastity, Eric's wife, is on the chat with us now. I don't know if John has it on Facebook right now or not. Terry, what happens is when he streams to Facebook, it shuts off automatically after 4 hours, but oftentimes it'll shut off other times. Like if it hears our music, it'll shut off because the copyright music. If it hears you know, something it doesn't like, it'll shut off, and you know, it'll interrupt sometimes on its own. And the other reason is by streaming on Twitch, we're actually building some followers and subscribers, and they get access to more tools and things we're allowed to use. Correct. We're streaming normally, and I'm not the streaming expert, John is, but normally we'll stream to Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. Correct. John is uber talented when it comes to this stuff. I mean, yeah, he really is, and he's doing just a fabulous job. And I try to stay out of his way. I just kicked him out for the chance to get you on the microphone, but yeah, he's doing a fabulous job. There's a nice little clear up by Ryan, but he's going to sell out here. Eric's going to shoot that ball, I believe.
I just never seen that.
Can you tell what the score is, Terry? What's the score right now? Do you know? Who's got a... Eric has one ball? You owe 2? Alright, so it looks like Ryan owes 2 and Eric's got 1. John's going to come back and give you some professional commentating now that us amateurs are all done. It was a pleasure speaking to you guys. If you have any more questions, just ask John. He can let me know. Who's on the bar box? It's Ryan's brother-in-law, Ron. He likes to pound the balls around, and he comes in and hangs out with us a little bit here and there. Like I said, if you guys want to hear anything else, just let me know. I'll be back. I'm going to go get some stuff going out here, though. Thanks, guys. Thanks, John. Sorry. No problem. He only lasted a minute. He got there. Just like his kid said.
Alright, what's going on, guys? Sounds like you guys are being entertained by Brendan and Terry. Having a good time out there. Alright, let's see. What do I miss in the chat here? Carl is in there. Dwayne, how you doing? Ah. Let's see, yeah. Hey, what's up, Tony? Tony, Twitch was buffering. Are you on a mobile device, Tony, by chance? Let me try and get this score right here, yeah. Yeah, looks like we got it. Looks like that took care of the score for me at least, so that was nice. Oh, Dwayne, you know, hanging in there. Here another day. Always wishing for another couple hours sleep, but that's pretty much how it always goes, right? I didn't say I needed a break, just more sleep. Which I can't do here. I mean, if we go to 4 in the morning, I might fall asleep. Yeah, I got a feeling Ryan's going to try and take this 8 ball. See how he does. And he does well. He starts working away at the big negative deficit there. We should rent cots. Yeah, we might. Maybe not in this place, but in the next place. We might be doing things like that. It'll be on the down low, though. You got to know the right person. All right, Ryan gets even. And he's not going to chance the 1 because he'd be selling out too many on that one. Would have liked to have gotten that 5 a little closer to his hole, but it'll do for now. Well, Cookie, if you want a cot, you're going to have to be here more than once a month. Just saying, it will be a loyalty benefit. I don't mean in the stream. You can have all the cots you want in the stream, but when it comes to on-premises stuff, that's a different loyalty system. I don't run that one. Ha ha. So I don't know. These guys don't have a set time limit that I'm aware of. I don't know if they set a time limit. I know right now they're just playing by the game. And we're just going to let them go until one of them decides they've had enough. Well, Cookie, I don't know what else to tell you. It's a nice little high karate shot there, but it's going to come all the way around. It's one of those touchy shots where you need to move the object ball exactly like 3 rails, just 3 rails, but still get them lined in with that high karate to stop the cue ball down there.
High karate, my shot. Which hole is there?
The one he's standing by.
All right.
What's up, Jerry?
Stack or bank into the 13 here.
He was really eyeing something up, so
Banked it in 13.
there's your answer.
Looks like he left a return. See, now this is a shot I'd love to learn how to put in the stack. You know, and Ryan's got the gusto to go for something like that.
He's going to bank the 13 under the 5?
I think so.
And then put the cue ball and just wedge it up in the stack a little bit for safe.
Just like that.
Just like that, yeah.
See, he plays with a little more flair than, which is not a bad thing when it works like this. You know, it's just when you go high or low than where you intended. You know, playing with more flair, you know, is another way of saying taking a chance on selling out. Oof.
Oh wow! I needed to hit that one way or the end.
The bad thing about kicking at a ball like that is not only when you don't get a good hit, but you also sell out. If you kick that ball slower, at least you don't sell out.
Right. See, Jerry, like last night I was telling you, you know, you're kicking at every ball. I said it only works when you hit it dead perfect. Jerry did, however, hit every kick perfect. So it didn't matter.
Yeah, I don't know about that shot. I guess this combo goes. I can't tell for sure, but I would guess it goes. Or you can make it go and then maybe get the 10 next. Oh, he blasted it. He really opened it up.
Oh, yeah, wow. Can you imagine if that ball didn't go?
I'm guessing once again now, though, he's got to shoot this 10 ball. Unless he's going to go for the combo, which I just don't see. He's probably going to shoot this 10 and try to draw back for the 1. Can he? I don't know if can he draw past the 1?
I think if he cuts the 10, he's going to hit the 9.
The 9. I'm at the 9. It looked like the 1 to me. I saw a line.
Oh, I got you.
Like the 1. It's the 9.
Yeah, that I don't know.
He's got a good stroke. Like, I wouldn't even be able to attempt this with my draw stroke. Although I would attempt it because it leaves it crossing the 8. I think he's going to draw back and try to get on that 9 ball. Because even if he rubs it like that, he's still got it.
Yeah, so he did a good job of just hitting the thin side of the 9.
Yeah, after I poked my head out the door, I could tell that he had a little bit better of a shot than I thought. And I said, even if he rubs it, he's okay. If he drew into it, it would have been bad. He got a little double kiss there, but actually I think it gave him a shot on the 7 if he wants it. Or you know what? This 11-7 combo actually plays good because that 6-12 blocks the 8. Well, for that matter, you know.
As long as it gets the cue ball back to about where it is. Well, the 6 passes the 12, though.
Well, I think you can go all the way back up to the side rail up there, past the side pocket. He could just shoot the 6-8 right here, dead straight ahead and freeze a cue ball. Both balls will come to his side, but it's going to open something up and maybe leave a bank. Yeah, he chose the combo.
Wow.
Look where he got the cue ball right up above the side pocket. See, it's safe up there. You know, it's just not anything, you know, you're going to take on from up there with a ball by your hole. And he's going to get that combo close, you know that.
Jerry says cut the 5. That was from before the shot.
Yeah. He could actually shoot this, I think it's the 4 ball or 8 ball.
Yeah, it's the 4 ball now.
And I would probably just draw and stay above the 6 ball, kind of protecting yourself, and you get on the 11 ball basically from there. And that way you're kind of safe.
Well, he can float straight down and come between, play for the 11.
If he can get down to where that 8 doesn't go. See, I don't like this unless he's going to come all the way back across by that 6 ball. Oh, he did cut the 5. See,
Okay,
I just don't
so
like
now,
that shot.
yeah, from there it makes a little more sense. You're safer with the cue ball in all regard.
I just don't see why you don't cut that ball and either draw over to the side rail by the 6 ball. That's probably what I would have done. Or fall down below the 8 ball. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't like that shot, though. I think he picked a bad one there. See, now Eric, he only gets one more ball right here if he shoots this 8 ball. You know, he does bank this 5. It doesn't go. He could open up the 6-12, though, and put this cue ball up on the end rail. I think I like that shot. So you kind of overbank the 5 a little bit so that it comes in, maybe clicks off the back side of the 6, off the side rail. You know, and then it maybe comes down your rail towards your hole. And you get the cue ball all the way up table. What's the score? Eric needs a lot of balls too, doesn't he?
Yeah, he only has 2 right now.
See, it makes no sense to go for this 8 ball with as many balls as he needs. What in the world is he going to do with this other than cross the 5 over by his hole?
He's going to try and stroke her out and get...
Yeah, I don't like that.
I mean, it's risky, but...
There wasn't a lot of good coming out of it.
Yeah.
He still has 2 tied-up balls over on his rail that he can't bank anything to his hole because of. He still has... I mean, I guess if he makes this 5 and, you know... I mean, he can make the most out of it, but anytime you got to hit a ball that god dang hard, I mean, man, you know me. I don't do it, but...
Jerry called the shot Eric shot, though. That's an offensive player right there.
Well, my shot was offensive also, you know, but it was shooting at your hole and creating more opportunities. He needs a lot of balls. He just didn't need one ball. It's not the right one pocket. Jerry, you know, well, like I said, even with his stroke, the most he's getting there is 3. You know, even with your stroke, he's getting 3 balls there. You know, I guess you could say the 12 win.
Oh, okay, yeah. He needed to clip the 6 there.
Yep, he did. He did good.
Yeah. See, I had to shoot that. I missed the 6, sell out, and the guy runs down on me. So
he's gonna kick this ball soft. You know, probably only over a couple of inches towards the end rail. I don't think he'll let it go. No.
He's going this way.
Yep. You know, so it's 5 balls to 3.
Oh, technically it'd be 6.
6 balls to 3.
Right, because Ryan goes to 9, so because he's doing 9-8. So.
Oh, okay. So he already spotted him.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So.
All right, so Ryan's getting him up table. I like that. You know, he's up, and you know he's up, and he's the better player. So to me, that lends more towards getting the balls up table. Ryan's got a lot more experience than Eric at pool in general, but also especially in one pocket. And I think he's going to outmove Eric. Now, having said that, you know, Ryan likes to shoot at his hole a lot, so that takes some of the moving out of it. Colby, sometimes I wonder what reality you live in, son. JB, yeah, I did. Thank you, sir. I played from the time I walked in until 9:30 in the morning. I played I played Daniel first in like 25 a game 9-ball, and then I played a gentleman from Ohio. Well, not a gentleman. Played a guy from Ohio, and I won 9 games total, I believe, from 11 o'clock at night until 9:30 the next morning, playing for a couple of games. Ryan looks like he's going to fire this ball a little bit. I would slow roll it. He looked like he shot, well, you know what, he played the cue ball beautifully.
Yeah.
High inside English and ran it down there a little bit. I like that shot a lot. I think Eric still has a shot on the 6, but...
I think from here, Eric should just put the 6 on his side and put the cue ball behind the 4, if he can do that.
There's not enough rail there. So there's not enough rail off the 6, and these 2, once again, how you always hear me say, he left his opponent on the rail and took away all his choices. If he's 2 inches off that rail, and even an inch off that rail, he could draw it, but he can't do that here. He can only go high English, so his only choice is to go in the drink or banking that ball into that 4 ball. I think that's what I would do. I think I'd bank the 6 on that ball and run a cue ball up table. What's the shot here, Terry? You know, I'm banking it with a little speed and banking it into that 4 ball and running the cue ball up table. I think. I mean, it's tough to say when, you know, unless you're at the table.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like the shot I called, what looks like it goes on the monitor, but at the table you're saying there's not enough rail.
You know, a 1/16 of an inch or a C hair, as we like to say, is all it takes to change something.
Wow. He just shot that ball
Ryan
straight.
just shot a beautiful shot into Eric's hole.
It pays him back. Eric shot a really nice shot into Ryan's hole last game, so they're even on trading. They're even on scratching on the break and shooting a ball into their opponent's hole.
All right, so Eric's got an interesting choice here. See, he's looking up table, which I don't know that I would do. I'd be 2-railing the 6 ball, although it doesn't go because of the 12 ball. The 12 ball's in the way. Oh. So the 12 ball's in the way, so he can't 2-rail the 6. He could just shoot it to get it out away from Eric's hole. Could also bank the 6 all the way up into the corner. Try to like carry the 2 out or the 4 out. The only problem with that is you almost always leave a bank.
Yeah, the cue ball is going to stay there, and the 4 is not going to get far enough away.
I'll tell you what he could do, which I kind of like actually. Just cut the 4 over to your hole, a little outside English, and just run into those balls back there by where you're standing. I think that's what I like there. Yeah, basically. You know, you just cut it out, and you don't have to make it. And the big thing is you want to hit it as thin as you can, because if it just stays down here in the end rail, it's beautiful. If it does come off the rail, it should not come off too high to leave a cross. And if you can't scratch, so you know, the thinner you hit it, the better. Because if you hit it, you know, daringly thin, it'll either hit the 14. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, there's no. The worst thing you can do is hit it too thick, which would it could leave a cross bank. But he's a good enough player with a good enough stroke, he could do it. And like I said, this 2-railer doesn't go, and if he's going to bank, I don't like that shot. You leave a bank way too often. He is going to leave a shot here. See he left a 2-railer on the 4. He left a, you know, that wasn't a good shot. You know, just I don't like it.
Right. I mean, you know, if he shoots anything other than the 4, he's risking selling out the 4.
It is a risk. It really is.
You know, so like he really, I mean,
he could say it's not. I can kick that ball out any time and kick it over to my side, and you can make an argument for that.
Right.
You know, and you know, so he also, the way he banked that ball, he opened up the banking lanes to Ryan's hole. So he opened up the 6 and the 5 to bank to his hole. He opened up, you know, now on a good note, you could say this, that he put a ball in the hole and got another ball in play, but it wasn't going to last where he was putting them. He was trying to take another ball out of play, so you can't really use that argument. Have Q, Will Travel says both balls move balls. Oh, yep, so Jungling Cheng beat Kachi 11-7.
Wow.
I personally think Jungling Cheng's the best rotation player in the world. I thought that the first time I thought that was when he played Dennis Orcolo in a CSI, or at that time BCA or whatever it was then, match. They were playing an exhibition to 21. He was down 18 to 15. He won the next game, and then he broke and ran a 5-pack on Orcolo to close out the set. And then I watched him play another tournament, and it was a lot more of the same. And I said, you know what? I said, I don't know. This guy just is like a robot. He's the exact same every shot. You know? And I got to see some of the other parts of his game, some of his kicking and some other things. I mean, this guy just, he's a super beast. You know, Dennis Orcolo is amazing because of, you know, I mean, of his own right, but God, I mean, that guy just seems like just perfect, like a robot. He really does. It reminds me of like that guy from, you know, which I know he lost, but the guy from Rocky, you know, the Russian guy. He just looks like a perfect human being, you know, at the table. Jungling Cheng.
He's the Dolph Lundgren of pool.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he looks like which, you know, I've never bet against Dennis Orcolo, so I wouldn't bet against, you know, Dennis. You know, but man, that guy Jungling Cheng's just, you know, same thing with Shane. I wouldn't bet against Shane either. But I'm just saying, I think he might be the best rotation player in the world. Just might be. I'd be interested to see him play some other games. I wonder if he does. So, I don't know who the last match is. Is it
it's
Shane Van Boening and Roberto Gomez?
Yes.
I think.
Yep.
Roberto Gomez won the 10-ball, 10-foot tournament last year. Shane has won this tournament maybe once or twice. I can't say for sure.
Yeah, he was kind of king of the hill there for a little while.
Jason Shaw's won it twice, also winning a match at 11-2 earlier. And Levan Corteza, who Bustamante, I think, is playing next, finished. I think he won the tournament once.
Mm-hmm.
Bustamante just knocked Jordan Moore out, who I think either won or finished second once. I'm telling you, the field for that 10-ball tournament is
it's insane.
It's the most premier list of players.
Yeah.
I mean, just ever. They said Shaw made that table look like a bar table and won 11-2 over Konrad Jerzadzinski. Whatever his name might be.
Oh, the Polish guy.
I can't even say it, but I don't know what it is, so I shouldn't even say it.
They were talking about it last night. He's got at least 3 Z's in his name.
Jerzadznak?
Yeah.
Jerzadzanski? I don't know what it is, but I've never met the guy. I wish I would have got to. But he lost 11-2, and I don't know if it was just from what Shaw did to him or if he's a little, maybe over his head. Not that anybody's not playing Shaw, but that's one of the reasons, like I said, people ask me about the Justin Bergman-Shaw match, and Jason Shaw is just capable of playing like a superhuman, which Justin always plays superhuman, but Shaw can break like that too.
It's going to come down to the break, I think. I mean, once a guy gets to the table with open balls, it's it's kind of a coin flip from there. But I think the coin flip, the big one,
Justin's position play versus Shaw's shot making ability and breaking ability is going to be the difference. And I just don't know if he can play that much better than Shaw to outweigh Shaw's breaking.
Yeah,
I like Justin more than anybody, so I'm hoping he can. But
yeah.
I pray that he gets that break going, and it's not even just making a ball. He's got to make a couple balls on the 10-ball break to get out, But Justin runs the balls as good as anybody in the world. So what do we got here? We're down to the last 4 balls, and I guess, does Eric need them all?
Yeah.
So Eric needs them all, and like I said earlier, that's where he made this mistake. He needed a bunch of balls to a better player, and he went for 1 ball, basically. And you could say he was going for more, but he was also risking a complete and total sellout. And while he's a good player, and he's a 7 level, a very, mid B level player, if you will. In certain towns you could say he's a low A. But for his level, the risk and reward after going after those balls, if he misses that ball or hangs it, which our table does to some people, some better players than him,
yep,
he loses the game. With my shot, he puts 4 balls in play with blockers, and
is he looking at kick banking this 14?
Ryan will, absolutely he will.
Oh, he kicked it right to his opponent's hole.
Yeah, he didn't hit it very good. I don't like that shot a lot.
I don't know they have enough room around the 4 ball to get there. But,
my only point is he's ahead a bunch of balls. Why are you putting a ball in play that you can't really make? You're just putting that ball in play. That's a shot you shoot if you're down.
Right.
Not when you're up.
Having not really seen Ryan play a whole lot of 1 hole, I can't imagine he's the kind of guy that wants to grind for 1 ball.
Man.
He's just not. He wants to get on to the next game. That's that kind of young, like you're saying, young gunslinger kind of mentality.
I know, but it's dangerous.
No, it's super dangerous. It does make it exciting, though. It's good. It's good to watch, but as a player, I don't know you want to watch it. Maybe. As a viewer, or something like that. Now your backer didn't want to watch it.
No, a backer doesn't want to see that shit at all. I can tell you that. I don't back a lot of people, or if any, and man, when you got a guy who plays for you that plays like that, it's fun when they're on the run, but even as a player, like if you play like that and then all of a sudden you don't have it, you just get labeled as a dog, as a donkey, like my donkey, or you get labeled as Guy that can't win, can't finish, guy that has problems, this and that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just think it'd be better to be a more consistent player, you know, than to be that exciting and that dangerous.
He got a little kiss on the 14 and held the cue ball there. He was going to get relatively safe.
I didn't see it.
On the 6, he back cut the 14, came up a little short.
He's okay. The ball's out of play. He's giving up one ball here. You know, it's
right.
That's the good thing about, you know, where he's at. You know, see now Eric should bank this ball to his hole and drop the 4 ball. And basically what you do is, you know, you're going to get a ball by your hole, and if the cue ball can stay over by the side rail too when he does this, he needed to hold it a touch more, and you bank it short like this, you get a blocker also. And so by putting it over on that side rail, though, he's given up a bank, number one, but he's also given up an easy way out. There's easy ways out of this.
Yeah.
If you leave the ball down here in the end rail where that chalk is, you don't give any easy way out at all. I mean, you give up a nasty choice. You know, so that's why he hit that shot a little bit bad, just a touch bad. You know, Eric's going to 3-rail this to his hole, I imagine. You just got to be a little aggressive here.
Yeah, AJ just got here.
Just walked in. If you guys are familiar with Cue Ball Custom Cues, we have a regular in here that is one of Cue Ball's associates, partners. He helps Cue Ball build cues. He does some of the beginning work. And they build some gorgeous, gorgeous, beautiful cues. The best cues. I love Cue Ball's cues. They're actually building me one right now.
Oh, nice.
3rd cue from them, I think. 3rd or 4th. So I play with a Cue Ball Custom Cue. I don't know if they want me to tell anybody that, though. Yeah, I don't like that. This 4 ball is going to his hole or the 14. That's why I don't like that shot. You know, one of these 2 balls is going to Ryan's hole.
Yeah, personally, I like banking the 14. I feel like I control it better overall.
I do, too. The wrong part of that answer, though, is that he's ahead right now, and you don't want to put another ball in play hitting it that freaking bad.
Well, yeah,
And that happens.
You do have to hit it good.
But that's the problem. You don't have to hit this ball good at all to be the right shot. You know?
Well, from where he was, though, to try and reverse that 4, I feel like you lose a cue ball.
Well, even if you don't want to do that, you just bank it back out of play.
Yeah.
Back onto your side, back over that other ball.
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
That's my point, is that by banking that ball off the end rail, if that's your shot, if you're one of those guys that banks real good off the end rail, then I say that's the right shot. I don't bank good off the end rail at all. I had a way better chance of making that 4 ball than I did that ball off the end rail, the way I bank.
Yeah.
Not playing banks, but playing one pocket, hitting pocket speed.
Mm-hmm.
Playing the game of banks, I'd have been banking that ball off the end rail.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got it because it leads to more bank.
Well, it's just a straight hardback bank. But hitting it one pocket speed with, you know, in English is just, I don't know, for me, it's just difficult.
This was not a good shot from Ryan. He's going to leave Eric straight back on the 4, which leads to the 14, and then they might be fighting for 1 ball after that.
I might cross this 15 here.
He's got a good angle to do that, too.
Yeah, it looks like a good angle, and you might get an extra blocker out of it. Here, there's no blocker, really. And you might get a chance to get all 3 balls. So Ryan needs to, if he can't dig this ball, and even if he can, he might be better giving up this ball. Because let me give you a scenario where it goes bad. You try to dig this ball, and you give up the 14, which in turn gives up the 4, and then a bank on the 15. And that's a real bad day at the office when the other guy needed 4 and you needed 1.
Yeah.
You give up this ball, and you hook him good enough. He doesn't bank the 15. He has to shoot the 14 away from his hole.
Where do you want the cue ball? If you're just going to give it to him, you're not following it in, right? You're going to give it to him and put the cue ball
either on the end rail, a touch off to the side to leave a weird angle on that 15, or I leave it on the
so just right outside of the pocket.
Hook him, I'd go to titty hook him. Yeah, I just come off the 4 and go to the end rail. Or if you have enough angle, even go off the rail off the 4 and then to the end rail, so you can get over by this first diamond or really leave an ugly angle on that 15. See, he dug it to his side, but he gave it up. Look at this. He completely gave up the game right here. Any good player makes this ball, they cross the 4, and they put the cue ball above the side pocket, and they bank the 15, and you're out. You don't even have to do that. You could even just bank the 4 and get over by the spot or just above it, right where it is now, and just cross the 15.
Mm-hmm.
You know, off the bank. That was the last 4 shots or 5 shots is what cost him, and it all goes back to that very That very first shot that Ryan tried back when, 4 or 5 shots ago.
Yeah.
And actually, it was off of an Eric mistake to not bank that ball.
I feel like Eric came well below where he really wanted to be. He's going to have to get the cue ball way up and top. He was going to make the ball, but he was going to be forced to play a really
he's got a great
weird
shot.
Being left-handed, this is going to be
way easier.
Yeah. Like as a right-hander,
However,
I'm not
he does have a bad angle. He'd either have to draw with a lot of low English, which he doesn't like.
I don't like trying to return this ball in.
I might just roll forward and kind of like leave the cue ball where that ball is now and let the ball come off the rail back up on it and freeze it kind of. Does that make sense?
Say it again.
I might just basically like double kiss it back into the ball so they freeze on each other.
Oh, I got you. And just
shoot the ball in the rail and
roll
come back
into
up 2 inches.
Yeah.
Something like that. I mean, it's like I said, you can't see exactly where he's at, but you could also shoot it over like... I don't think there's a scenario here where you want to make this ball and draw over the other rail.
Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's the shot. Like, you could make this ball and draw over to the middle of the other rail, but I don't like that. That was okay. I mean, he did okay there. I don't know how creative Ryan feels like getting, but there's not a lot of offensive opportunities here. I think he would bank this ball to his side and try to come down table if he's got enough rail there. Does that make sense?
It does. I don't think he's got enough, though.
Yeah,
He's gonna...
there you go. Yeah,
you from there. Okay.
So the 2 risky things here is you can't leave it on the end rail where you leave a 2-railer. That's a huge common mistake, and it's made often.
Very often.
And the other one is you can't scratch. So those are the 2 biggest things. So Eric left them on the end rail. He did okay. I don't know if Ryan likes to cross, to bank this ball to his hole, which I don't like.
Definitely not being froze to the head rail like that.
Yeah, I don't like it. I like to 2-rail this ball kind of back where the cue ball is now and leave the cue ball basically around the end rail on the middle diamond, roughly. Maybe a little off to the, by those pennies maybe.
Yeah, by the pennies, I think.
Just kind of depends on that. I can't tell exactly how he has to hit it, but that's kind of what I like, I think.
A lot of guys are just kind of 1-rail it back, up table and put the cue ball still back down the center diamond-ish.
Yeah.
See, a lot of guys do that.
You can cross over this ball, but
that's
it usually
what I mean.
leaves a bank. Oh, he tried to cut it to his hole.
Oh, wow. Man, that's scary.
I like that shot if you're an A-level player that can then consistently hit that ball as thin as you have to hit it without scratching in either corner. But if you're not somebody that can do that, it's not a good shot for you. It'll more often than not leave a bad result. But like I said, he is a low A-level player that can if he feels comfortable shoot that ball. But
yeah,
it can lead to a few things. Number 1, missing the entire ball. Number 2, you hit it so thin that it just sits right there and sells out. Number 3, you leave a bank. Number 4, you scratch. So I mean, there's a lot of bad things that happen, and the only good thing that happens are 2 things: either A, you make it, or B, you put it.
You hang it.
You hang it.
Yeah.
Or C, you leave him very long and straight right in front of your hole, which is a difficult place to get out of. See, there's the 2.
He's going to leave it too. Yeah.
It's a bad mistake. A lot of players make it. Erickson, he just hasn't been burned on that shot enough to know that you don't hit it like that. So Ryan is going to 2-rail. That's one of the things I'm working on is figuring out how to hold my cue ball, relatively close to the rail, because how I like to do that. It's a big, look at that. He put the cue ball right on the damn rail. And while Eric's going to have a good cross here, it's worse because he's on that rail.
Yeah. He just didn't have the whole ball to work with.
Like, had I hit that ball, it's going to be out here somewhere, and it's going to be able to cue the whole ball. This is just, he just got unfortunate and left a, I don't want to say an easy one, but he left a fairly...
It's a fairly routine shot, yeah.
Not to make, but it's easy to
hit.
Yeah,
you're going to get it close.
It's easy to... It's not even really that you're going to get close. It's just easy to hit. Even with the high English, it's just an easy... It's just a half ball hit, no matter, you know what I mean? There's nothing like, you could hit anywhere from 1/4 to 3/4 of a ball and it's going to be fine,
Yeah.
Where some balls, if you don't hit, you can only hit 1/8 of it or 1/16 of it to get it to cross if it's too, but that ball's so far away from the rail, and Colby, I did, yeah. I've never made a bank in my life. You can come get some though, donkey. You don't even have to ask. You know where I live. You can just come pick me up and tell me when you're ready. Yeah, so this end game here, it's fun. So, I'm playing a little dangerous there. I don't know that I can agree with that.
I think he got pretty fortunate with where the object ball sits.
He got pretty fortunate.
That he didn't make it, I mean.
Sorry about that. He got fortunate with everything. That cue ball was running towards the hole. The 12 ball was running towards the hole.
Mm-hmm.
Look where he left it. Like a good player would on end rail. You know, only available in English, high English. He's not cutting this ball to his hole like Ryan did. He kind of crossed it over like we talked, and he gave up a bank. So Ryan is going to put this ball within a foot or so of his hole, foot and a half. It'll be inside that the 2 diamonds, basically. At least in his 6th of the table, I would bet a lot on. Nope, he didn't hit it very good either.
Yeah, that's... yeah.
You know, that's
I see a lot of people shoot that bank.
That's not a hard bank to hit.
That's what everyone says. I feel like a lot of people...
It's a little...
It looks more intimidating than it is to actually execute. And if you don't shoot it that often, like I don't shoot that shot very often.
Yeah, I understand.
But, you know, I'm trying to remember that shot.
Well, it's not a shot a 9-ball player would shoot like you because...
Right.
It's just not something you'd ever...
You don't have to.
Making a back bank just doesn't make a lot of sense. You know, there's usually another available pocket or reason or something.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in one pocket, though, it comes up all the time. You know, anytime an opponent kicks the ball out of your hole, you get that bank. You know, not any time, but oftentimes.
It does happen quite a bit.
Now, this is a shot I don't like at all. Not at all.
Yeah,
It's not a good 2-railer to your hole. It's not a good ball to get anywhere, you know, great.
Right? I
mean, I don't like this shot at all. Look,
because if you don't, it's the cue ball comes down. Yeah,
I don't like it.
Like you think, like as long as you have to shoot it enough, just like the last one. You got to shoot enough to have a good feel for it.
Maybe I just need to learn that shot better. So maybe that's the thing. But
yeah, if you try and baby that ball, right? If you play that ball pocket speed, you're gonna give it up a whole bunch. Right, because you have to get that cue ball down underneath it and hit the object ball so that it goes further.
Colby, are you on baby duty or is the baby on Colby duty?
Oh, that's a good question. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, Eric overhit this one.
So we got some good players missing some banks, huh? Ryan's not going to miss this one.
It looks like it's pretty up there. I mean,
I can tell you this, though. He's going to hit it harder than I would.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I told you. So, he hit it a lot different than I would, and I knew he would. And I don't, I don't know. If I miss that ball, I'm usually going to hang that ball.
Yeah, why he really overcut it, I feel like.
But he likes to hit balls like that. I knew he was. I knew he would.
Yeah.
It's the way he likes to hit them. Once again, I cut this ball to my hole. I have no idea what that was.
I think he was trying to 2-rail it, I believe.
Yeah, I don't. Once again, with that 2-railer, let's discuss what can happen. A, you can hit it great, and it goes in your hole. You can hit it good, and it goes near your hole and doesn't leave a return bank. Those are the 2 good things that can happen. Bad things that can happen. You can scratch. You can shoot it and make it in that hole and leave this shot. There's a lot of bad things that happen. 2-railing this ball leaves a scratch. Or banking this ball leaves a scratch. Why you don't do that? That's why I said earlier.
Yeah, I don't see anybody cross that ball off the spot. You don't.
You can. You just don't cross it to make it at all. You cross it really low. So what you do is you cross it so that it hits over here by the chalk, and then hits again down here by the middle spot, and then comes up a little bit, and then the cue ball comes straight back up table. And you don't play it long enough to scratch because you're hitting a much fuller ball.
So you're getting the cue ball back up here somewhere.
See, to make that ball, he hit it so thin that it came back and scratched. To miss that ball, you hit it thicker so that it hits down here.
So the cue ball comes back up this way.
It can go a lot of ways. You can make it do whatever you want, but you don't scratch. You see what I mean? You're not playing it to make it at all.
Right.
You're just playing it to get it to your side and play safe. Now, I don't know for a fact that that's the right shot. Mark can tell us, but I think that's the right shot.
I think there's a reason why you just don't see people cross that ball. Right.
Well, there is a reason to, like I said, crossing that ball I think is the correct shot there. I just think you do it to miss it. You don't play it to make it.
Right. Yeah. Well, I guess that's what I mean. Like, I don't. Anytime a guy's got, a ball in the spot and they have to do something like that, I never see guys go for the make there. I see it more like what you're talking. They move it to their side.
They've all played enough one pocket to learn better.
Right? Because what just happened happens, right? Jody, yeah, look at me with a pretty little drawing, yeah?
Jody, John's got all kinds of tricks on here, buddy. We got it all John Maddened up.
We do.
Hopefully, we're going to get some really good matches in here soon. We'd like to get some of our local A players in here, but they're too fat to come around. That's a shot, buddy. Shots fired.
Oh, that reminds me. Speaking of shots fired, I have something for that. I think this is going to be loud, but...
Shots fired! Shots fired!
That's awesome. You got all kinds of tricks in the book, man. That's great. Yeah, I don't know about all that. There's another thing that some one-pocket players say there's only one. There's only one correct shot. I disagree. I think there's several correct shots depending on your execution level, and if you're just talking about perfect players that can execute anything, I still think that if they have confidence that they're going to execute one shot better than another shot, given all the circumstances, that there's a few correct right shots.
That's right, Dave. Someone did say shots. Is it time to go over there? Let's go to Bobby's place. Yeah. Get some
sound effects. Dave Powell, shots fired. Yep. John, you got me impressed now, buddy. I didn't even know that one yet.
Yeah, surprise.
I knew about the John Madden drawing. I didn't know he had sound effects yet.
Yeah, the next thing is people in chat will be able to trigger them. They'll be able to buy sound effects with their loyalty points.
Do you have one for Jody and Colby when they're getting gassy in here?
No, I only have a few right now. I have a couple, I'm waiting for somebody to really screw up royally. I got one. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
Did that ball clip it or not?
I don't think so.
I don't think it did either. They kissed.
Because a lot of times that ball does kiss. Let's look at it again.
I mean, not enough to get herpes. Jody and Colby when they're getting gassy in here.
No, I only have a few right now. I have a couple, I'm waiting for somebody to really screw up royally. I got one. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that.
That was scary close. Sad trombone. I gotta hear that one.
How strong is that?
Got a bunch of Joe Rogan stuff.
Here, get a microphone.
Oh, huge. Oh, Brandon, why'd you do that?
I was trying to help with the sound effects.
Oh, we don't need a sound effect for what just happened in here.
So Eric lays down a little break here. He got the cue ball frozen to the side rail, which is good. He didn't get up high enough, I don't think. I think you like to be a little higher with a little more explosion on the rack than that. But it's not a hard break to get out of it all. I mean, there's ways out of this break that are fairly simple. As far as what he can do to his opponent, cross the 7 and come up into the stack. I'd come up into the 3 ball. If I was going to do that, I'd definitely want to go off the back side of the 3, not the front side, because somebody might shoot that ball. I don't think I like that shot. I don't like that shot at all. You got to put a lot of speed on the cue ball. I think you could come off the 7 and either go back into the stack, but you've only got one little ball over here and it's not really dangerous. And that stack's a little loose, so it's kind of tough to get into.
Right.
You could shoot the 6-12, kicking the 12 out, which might also go into that 1, kicking that ball out somehow. And put the cue ball, either freeze it up there or get it over to the side rail. I mean, I don't like I said, he's not in any danger.
I mean, if he's crossing the 7, you're talking about having the cue ball off the 7 and back up, and then hitting this side of the 3?
Back side of the 3, yeah.
There, okay.
If, like I said, if you're going to shoot it, you don't want to hit the front side of the 3 trying to play position on the 5-2 or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Because
you're
going to risk selling out.
Right.
If you can get to the back side of it, you're okay.
He gets a glance this way, and then maybe hits the 8 this way a little bit, and then it protects him from that ball there.
But once again, the good thing about Eric's break is he left him to the side rail. He can't cue this ball very well.
Right.
So it's hard to take on shots like this when you can't cue the ball.
No, you can do it with just kind of straight high, like where there's like.
See, look what Jody says: cross the 7 and cue, run into the 8.
Yeah.
That's fine too. Like I said, at least get the back of the 3. But I just I don't know that he's going to want to let the cue ball go that much. This is it's a thin little hit. It looks like to me.
Yeah. As opposed to, like, if he had the full ball, if he had the full ball,
right? If you can cue the whole ball,
then he can come like draw off the 1 here and just stick him down here, put him down there, do something goofy.
It's not so much that; it's just being able to hit this ball pure.
Yeah.
It's just because when you're on the rail like this, sometimes the ball squirts off on you. Sometimes you hit the rail first before you hit the ball. Sometimes your last cue on the way back, does some squirrely things.
Oh, does that 7 go off the 10?
No, not at all.
I don't think so. I'm just wondering, he left because they hung up in a goofy little way.
He's not in any danger here. He sometimes you put some pressure on yourself that you're in danger, and you're not. I mean, he could definitely put that 7 closer to his hole. But I wouldn't play it off the 10. I would just. Well, I guess you'd have to with the 3 ball is, but
where the 3 is, yeah, he could still run.
I wonder if he can shoot through the 5 ball here. 2 reeling the 5 ball out of there and put the cue ball behind the 13. I don't know if he has enough.
I think he might be able to reach over and still get the cue ball behind the 13.
If he can, I like that. If he can draw it over there a little. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like that.
He hit a little 10. I think that's why you had to play off the 10, because you could hit the 7 fuller.
Yeah, I don't like
and
that.
Control the cue ball better.
That's why I said if he could draw it over there, that's fine. He's so tall and left-handed, he could. I would never have thought of that shot because I'm right-handed. I'd had to do the other bridge.
Yeah, at the table, there's no way I probably would have saw it either. Just monitor.
I wouldn't even have looked. I would just say it's too hard. I forget he's left-handed, and he could have.
Mm-hmm.
Just as Eric couldn't have shot that ball. He'd have been doing that with the bridge.
Yep.
See, so he's a little off the rail here. I wonder if he cues this ball low and tries to get a shot on that 7. Nope.
Looks like he's going right up for the 5.
Yeah.
And then maybe depending on where he gets on the bump on, if he hits the 14, right between the 14 and 11, if he even comes up that far.
Yeah, I think he'd be going to play the 2 ball next. I think he'd be going to play the 4 into the 9-15 and open those balls up and then just play the 2.
Oh, wow. He's taking the 5
this, so
now.
no, I'd shoot this 10 ball first, I think.
Well,
I don't know why you wouldn't take the 10 first.
Maybe he's using the 5 to open the stack, bounce off the balls, and come back
I'd still shoot
something
the 10
else.
first, though, and then open it up when you're closer to
But
it.
if
I'm going to open those balls up, I'd rather do it from a full cue. Not to mention that ball's harder to make right now. This ball's easier to make right now. It'll slide in there a little better. Well, maybe that's why he couldn't hold it.
Yeah, he couldn't hold it. That's the fear.
If he likes this or not a whole lot.
Yeah, he's looking at it more than he's looked at anything in the last 2 weeks, so it's real close. I mean, if it's that thin, you got to start thinking, okay, well, if I hit it with a little bit of inside to straighten it up a little bit,
this is what he needs to think about right now.
It's too risky. Like,
look at what goes to Eric's hole.
A whole lot of balls.
The 2-5, the 11, the 14, the 6, the 3. Well, yeah, 3 goes, the 8 goes, the 1 goes, the 7 goes.
Yeah.
The 12-3 goes. I mean, there's nothing good. And so right now he just changed 2 balls, but he left this combo.
Mm-hmm.
He tried to do a little too much there. He needed to just survive that inning right there and realize that he was going to be in trouble.
Well, Jody, it's because you're not here to lend him your sunglasses.
Ha, 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 ha. I think we have one of his other pairs he left here, don't we?
I asked him about it yesterday. He said they're not his.
Yeah, he just doesn't claim them anymore because we know what they are now. We never knew how cheap his sunglasses he had on the top of his head before. You want to play 9-ball? And let your stroke out? You can get it out playing banks. Come and get it.
Come and get it, he says. Oh, I need to get that sound clip. I was going to say I'm all hopped up on coffee, which reminded me of that sound clip. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. I'll have to go download that.
I watched that today.
Yeah?
Yeah, my wife and I watched the last few minutes of it before I came up here. And then all of a sudden, Dumb and Dumber came on after it.
Oh,
I had
gross.
to change the channel, yeah. I like little Ricky Bobby. I'm all jacked up on something in Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I got 2 things in my name, that car and a bag of stinky weed. How much you selling that weed for, old man?
Oh, is Sarah going to babysit for Colby?
Anytime.
Oh, shit. I thought I was going to get some sleep tonight.
Yeah, do it on a weekend, donkey. She, today's Saturday. Yeah, if you want to come over, she'll probably watch her. I can ask her if you want to come over.
Oh,
what?
crap.
Ryan, you need to go back and watch this. You might learn how to play one pocket. You sure shit don't know right now. You shoot good, though. I'm just teasing you, buddy. Play on, buddy.
Oh, man.
I'm just teasing Ryan a little bit. He's a much better player than me. I act like I know how to play the game, but...
Got it? Oh, you're fine. That's why I have a mute button. Fix the game.
Turn me up, John. Yeah, there you go. You are shooting good and everything. You're just... So I'll just... You know, you were up... he needed 4 and you needed 1. And you went for... You just kept putting balls in play. And I know you believe that theory. I think you'll just find out that there's some other theories that work too. Ryan's theory on that was you can't win if you don't make one. Tell Ryan to channel his inner Gary Sills. I met Gary Sills for the first time, I think at the break actually, and he had a big pair of red shoes on. like red high tops or something crazy like that. He played pretty good. He was like a AA player when I met him. He was an older guy than, you know, so I don't know. I don't even know if he's still around or if he still plays or anything. I don't know anything about him.
CDC 20, what's up?
Hello, everyone.
Reza. Not that tuna.
Man, I don't want to be called a racist, but is she like from Japan and that's just like type in the English version of her saying hello?
Yeah.
Oh. That's racist, though. She must be a Trump lover.
Oh, in the drink he goes.
See if I can't get her fired up.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. Whatevs.
So Eric's down 2 games?
Yes.
It's not 3?
Just 2.
I wonder if it'll go to a 4th.
Well, I don't know.
My last words, boy. I thought I'd get a reaction out of John. He didn't say a word. I think he knew I was in trouble.
Yeah, well.
Either he just didn't catch on.
Oh, I got it. You know, I heard it all.
I'm just saying, don't disrespect the Japanese. They're people too. They bleed. When
You're
Rick's
just
kicking.
not down enough with the internet. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't know all the memes.
I'm just a caring, passionate kind of guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, the one. No, I was talking about the one that you went to kick to your hole 2 rails that you made to his hole.
Oh,
Yeah, that was a sporty shot. Yep. You've come up with a lot of good shots.
That was pretty good.
I learned shots from you, both ways, what not to do and what to do. I'm learning.
Oh, apparently my cat's on one of the keyboards there. The little tick mark was a cat jumping on the keyboard. So that's fun. What's up, AJ?
AJ? Was Reza playing with her kitty there?
That's-
They didn't want to hear me tell them what shots to shoot. Oh, well, that's tough.
Yeah, it is funny. When I came back from walking out there,
Yeah.
I was standing at the front of the room and I could hear you. But these guys constantly tell me that they don't hear me, so you have to
Colby,
use your indoor closet
I'm
voice.
trying. It cost me $20,000 to teach Colby how to play one pocket. And in all the years I've been teaching him, the only thing he learned is that no matter where I leave him, he's just going to shoot at his hole. See how it works out. Some days good, some days bad, but either way, it's what he's going to do. Wow.
That was a nice shot.
Yep. I don't
That
think he
was
can
a nice
fall on
shot.
the 12 here, but he can leave a nice bank for the 7, leaving him in the stack. Maybe he can fall on the 12 here. I can't tell.
I think he's going to have to kind of pound down a little bit. He's not... he's looking straight at me. Let me see. Wow, it's straight. It's real straight.
No, he's got a touch of an angle. I
Yeah,
just don't
but
know
I
if
mean,
he can
he's
get
got to
down
cheat
there.
it to the thin side of the pocket. I think he's just going to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's play for that bank on the 7.
Yeah, that's
See,
better.
the neat thing about the shot is number 1, you can make it, I think. But number 2, you leave him right behind that stack. Like, sometimes you're going to be tempted to go up to that side rail, which I don't like that shot right there.
Well, because he was playing to make it and get
I
more
know,
balls.
but he
right?
still hit it over a foot too hard. He could have played behind the stack still.
Yeah, he could have played, like you said, not to make it and
You
just
could
play
play to
safe
make
on
that
it.
ball. Thanks, AJ. You can play to make that ball and still play behind the stack. I think. I mean, don't quote me on it, but I think you could have played to make that ball and love. You just have to play at pocket speed. I know,
Well,
you, don't,
the
I
thing
know
is-
you don't know what that is, John. But
No,
there's
you're
a
right,
thing
I
called
don't.
pocket speed, and you hit that. Not
There's
from but you can play it basically pocket speed, and no matter where it comes up, as long as you're behind the stack, look what your options are. Look what his options are right now. He's got a bank on a 10-8. He's got a possible 15-2 bank. He's got a clear out of a 12-7. He's got a kick to the 7. He's got but leaving him behind the stack,
Well, what I'm saying is, if he makes a 7 and leaves the cue ball here, right now, if
No.
you're still at the table, you've just played safe on yourself.
you wouldn't. If you left it that short, the 7 wouldn't go in. If you only rolled the 7 to there, the 7. If you only rolled the cue ball to right there, the 7 would not have gone. Now, if you roll it 2-3 inches past, the 7 might have still gone. Look how far past the pocket the 7 came.
Yeah.
That's how too much hard he hit it. He didn't have to roll all the way there. He could have stopped way back here. That's my point. You understand? And you would have had 2 balls down here with blockers. Instead, now he's sitting here behind 2 balls.
Yeah, he's in a bad spot from here.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He didn't do good there. It wasn't a good shot.
Right.
Now he's got to come with something. Not that he's in any danger. He's not in any danger. It's just you can't do anything to your opponent. I'd play off this 8-ball with some right-hand spin and spin over to the side rail, protecting this 10-7. Even though you don't have as much to protect now, it's still worth something. I don't like this shot. You're opening up balls to your opponent's hole. That's not it. I don't like it.
That's no good.
I don't like that at all. See, now a pro, if they were going to do that, they would have froze that cue ball to the end rail. And that's the only scenario in which you shoot this ball. Teasing your opponent to shoot a long, straight-in ball that gives up a lot of damage if he does. And only 1 ball reward. But when you don't have the skill level to freeze that ball, all you do is play off this 8-ball. Number 1, you get the 8-ball out farther to where you can bank it. You get the cue ball over here to the side rail protecting your balls. At the worst here, he's going to shoot this, shoot and clear this 10-7 out, and the 12 or the 12-7, and the 12 is going to come over either into the 15-2 and bunt it out, or it's coming up to open up. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
I mean, nothing good's coming out of that. That was a bad choice. You know, Ryan, the gunslinger, is going to fire this ball in, I think, and try to get across the table. You know, he may even draw to the end rail, knowing him. You know, I would never consider pounding a ball in this corner pocket like that. But he's got a big stroke, and he knows he can make it, and he probably can. He could also go high right English, but he's going to draw all the way over there. Yeah, he sure is.
Wow.
See, I thought he would have drawn to the end rail and over, but
I don't think he had that angle to come straight.
I just
back.
don't see what the reward was in that. Like, what did he gain out of that big of a draw? Think about this.
Right. Because I mean,
if he hangs
even
that
if the
ball
8 passes
or misses it a little, he gives up the 8 and these 2 balls down here and position on the table.
Yeah.
And this game's so early; it's not decided at all. I mean, there was no reason. Wow, he hit that ball phenomenal. Jesus. Hey, if you can hit that ball like that, I understand. I'm not going to say another word.
That's it.
Well, I mean, number one, I didn't know it passed the stack. I didn't believe that it did.
Yeah, I didn't know if it
I
would
assumed
go
it had
either.
to go through that.
I mean, that's the only reason why he would play shape up there, right? It doesn't make any sense to go up there if it didn't go. Like, it had to have gone.
If you could get behind it where you can accurately shoot it and use the stack as a blocker, and you could shoot it an inch above your pocket and have it end up right in front of your pocket, or something along those lines, it makes some sense. But taking that big of a risk shooting that ball didn't make a ton of sense to me anyway. However, the way that he did all of that 3-shot, you know, routine he just put on, he did it all flawlessly, you know. So there's that. I mean, he's a better player than me, so I'm gonna have to just say what he did was right, because he certainly did it and did it right. And
well, it was right for him.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's the big difference. Like, it was not the right pattern for you.
I don't know.
Right. Like you would have never tried that.
Not only would I have not tried it, I don't know that I would have coached anybody to try that. You know, I mean,
wow, he really went for something there. And actually,
okay.
it's going to work out for him.
Yeah, he had a good shot there.
Yeah, that actually.
Once again, Ryan's not in any danger at all. He made it. It looked good, but he's just not in any danger. Now Ryan looks like he might 2-rail this ball and bring the cue ball around 2-3 rails behind that 2 ball. That 7 ball's a big fat ball though.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you know, Eric did a good job getting them balls open, but really it looks like more balls could still go to Ryan's hole than Eric's.
I'm just banking this 7 ball, and I would bank it like.
Just go put the 7 between the 2 and the 10. And put
I would
the cue
bank it
ball
into
down.
the 2. Because that's the most critical ball to get out of there to me. I'd bank it into that 2 ball, yeah.
There's little to no chance you're going to leave somebody down on the rail. They're going to shoot the 2, though.
It's just dangerous, though. Those other balls are clogged up and they don't go.
Right, but the 2 ball is not a threat. It's only a threat from like 2 square feet of the table.
Not really.
Yeah, really.
Well, right this second it is, but it's a big ball. It's a real big ball.
Yeah.
See?
From there.
It's a big ball from anywhere. It's not a ball you want to leave there. That's why, because it's just a big ball. I don't know how to say it. It's just a ball a little bit off the rail like that. Just, man, it goes to your hole a lot. And it also makes a lot of balls almost dead to your hole too. I mean, it just does a lot. It does a whole lot.
Wow, he hit that 9 ball so nice. He's gonna not leave anything terrible for Ryan, but
he's gonna kick this 9 ball in. Oh, he's going to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh, that's okay. I really thought he was going to kick it, but that's okay too. I mean, I don't love it, but it's it came out okay for him. It looks like he's hitting that ball hard. It's okay. I'm not a big proponent of banking balls hard playing one pocket like that, but he hit it real good. So
yeah, I guess with just that angle where he just wanted to hit it confidently.
Oh, see, look what Dwayne said. The 2 doesn't go if he cleared that hole earlier. That's what I'm saying. You can't leave a ball like that. It's a big ball, and it goes, and so many things make it go, and makes other balls go. It makes bad things happen. You just can't leave that ball there. That's not a good shot there. You gotta freeze that ball behind that ball. Do you have any idea how easy it is to play perfect from up here? Or back here?
Well, yeah, that's why everyone thinks I know what I'm doing.
No. There's Ryan with the kick to his hole. That's a shot I've been shooting a lot more. When you first start playing one pocket, everybody tells you shouldn't kick. And the reason is because when you first start playing one pocket, usually you're not a very good player. And when you're not a very good player, you usually don't kick very well or very accurately. And when you don't kick very accurately, you tend to leave a lot of return banks, or you don't get a rail, or you kick too high and you sell out. So, but when you kick good and you're a good player, you know, you kick those balls. You know, you're a good player. Kick those balls. You know. And after, I'll tell you what, where it gave me the confidence in is when a good player fires at their hole a whole bunch, you're kicking balls out of your hole a whole bunch. I mean, a whole lot. And all of a sudden you realize, hey, you know what? I can kick that ball and put it almost anywhere I want. You know, I mean, sometimes I kick it and put it right by his side pocket. Sometimes I kick it and put it all the way up table. Well, why don't I ever kick to my hole like that?
Right.
Then you realize, man, I'm going to start kicking to my hole a little bit if I kick this good. Then you just start taking out a few select times where you see shots and you're like, like when I was telling you Ryan should have kicked that ball, he had a big cover. He had another ball over here that was 4 inches off the rail that would block, it would block any return bank. It would block anything. It was a good kick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it'd either block it going into the rail or coming back off towards his hole. So that's why I like that kick there. Five balls to 5, buddy. He's got to fight. This is an important game for Eric. You know, when you're down 3 games playing somebody you've never met before, it could be a quitting point. Little trick playing one pocket, obviously you'd never, or I shouldn't say never. I don't very often quit on my own break. You know, I would play my own break. But if it was the other guy's break, I would for sure quit or ask to adjust after 3 games. Well, somebody I'd never played before. You know?
Right.
Especially, I think he lost the game pretty bad, the first game.
Yeah, he did.
You know, 9-0 or 9-1 or something.
Yeah.
And then they went down to the last ball, but Eric needed 4. Justin Bieber never says never. I don't know who that is. Is he a pool player?
No. Oh, you're just being a troll.
He is?
No, you are.
I'm being a troll?
I mean, he's being a troll too, but how do you not know who Justin Bieber is?
I don't know. I told you
the most popular pop star like in the world.
About, people tell me that every time I tell them I don't know who somebody is. I told you my SNL story, didn't I? I think I told you that.
No, I bet your girls. Well, your girls are actually. I think they're too young to be Justin Bieber fans. They were about. How old are your girls?
10 and 6. So I went to.
Yeah, the 10-year-old was about born when Bieber got big. I
was watching Saturday Night Live one day and I called my buddy who's real into music. He got both of my girls' guitars last year.
Oh yeah.
And so I was watching them and I was like, man, you know that sometimes they have like great popular bands on and other times they have up and coming bands on that you've never heard of.
Mm-hmm.
So this guy's on and I tell him at lunch the next day that, you know, about this guy I heard. I'm like, he's freaking amazing, man. He plays all this stuff by himself and apparently he's looping music and doing all this crazy stuff. And you know, I was like, he sounds amazing. I'm like, this guy's gonna make it big. I'll bet anything on it. I was like, it's not exactly the kind of music I listen to.
Oh, nice.
But I'm like, he's going to make it big. And he's like, what's the guy's name? And I tell him this Edward Sheeran guy.
Yeah.
And Scott goes, you know he's world famous, right? I said, yeah. No, I've never heard of him.
Never heard of the guy.
And he's like, you seriously haven't? And I said, I have no clue. I've never heard of this guy before. I'm telling you, he's a brand new guy who was on Saturday Night Live last night. I was like, what was it, an old Saturday Night Live that I'd never seen before or something? Which I don't watch Saturday Night Live, but I used to when I was little. But
Mark, you're not here. We'll save the rap for when you're around. We know how much you love it.
We play music based on who we want to leave the pool hall that night. No, I'm just joking, Mark. We did it to Mike Snodgrass. We turned Pantera on late at night to get him to go home. We turned rap on to get you to go home and country on to get everybody else to go home.
Pretty true.
But I, being the liberal conservative that I am, play music for everybody. I'm concerned about the masses. I'm for the people. I'm the people's champion. Oof.
Uh-oh.
What's the score?
You shoot this?
What's the score? That's why I'm asking what the score.
Eric needs 1.
Which hole's Eric's?
Left.
Our left?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd shoot it. Let me tell you why. You have a very reasonable chance to make it. You can get safe.
You can also follow it in.
Yeah, that's wrong.
That's not supposed to happen. Excuse me. But
so that's the why you do. The why you don't is because you can. The scratch I don't even bring into play. That's just a real bad shot. I don't think I would have fouled it safe. I think I'd have left him straight in on that 15 and just focused all on making that ball or hanging it.
Right, because I mean the guy needs them all, right? And the 5 ball doesn't go. So like that prevents the opponent from running out for sure. So like just go all out to make it.
Now the reason you don't is because you're putting another ball in play, and that shot is very susceptible to leaving a bank.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you do leave a bank, you're giving up 2 balls for sure. And then you're playing out the last ball. So the way I'm looking at that, though, is I think I'm 50-50 to either hang it or make it. Not just to, I mean, a good player is over 50% to make that ball. I'm probably like 50% to hang it or make it.
Mm-hmm. I'm
probably like 60% to leave it in a spot he can't bank it back to his hole, at least to make it. Like I freeze it on the side rail or freeze it on the end rail or, some scenario where he can't just bank it back. Right. So to me, there's like, a 60% chance or so that he's only shooting to get 1 ball. So that's what I'm going for there, I think.
Right.
That's why I'm going for it, I should say that. There is a theory that I don't remember if he could, if there was a dive there anywhere, I don't know, but like if he could have played off the ball and just dove to the end rail down here somewhere,
mm-hmm.
that might be the much safer route. But like I said, I think I'd go for that ball. Given the risk reward there, I'd go for that ball. But I wouldn't have shot it like that.
Right.
I don't know what a troll is either. I got a little leprechaun in me. I am Irish.
These guys are having trouble spotting that second ball. Really does not like to freeze on the ball in the spot. A lot of times you got to tap it down.
If the ball in the spot is a touch on the high side, it'll freeze easy. If it's a touch on the middle low side, it won't freeze. And there's a couple spots on the spot,
Right.
So that's it.
Yeah. So they're having some issues with it.
I can try to vacuum and rub it out. See if we can't loosen it up a little.
Is he shooting the head ball in?
And I was lying. I do know who this Justin Bieber character is. There was a meme about him and looking like Ellen DeGeneres or something like that.
Oh, that was
I have
horrible.
No idea what just happened. I literally have no clue what just happened there.
He tried to, do the double spot shot and miscued and damn near launched a cue ball off the table. Yeah. I mean, the cue ball came hopping into the 1.
That's what I thought. Maybe he hit it like a break shot on purpose for some reason. I didn't know.
Yeah,
if there was...
I mean, the balls. I'm amazed the 7 even got all the way back down there. It didn't look like it had the juice. But
and Eric needs 1.
Eric needs 1. No, he needs 2 now because he scratched. That's how we got there.
Gotcha.
Wait a minute. Oh, he accidentally knocked the 5 in with his body. So it was half hooked. That's close enough.
What do you say, AJ? Oh, are you and Ron playing a little? You guys would be a good match. He likes to gamble, yeah. Yeah, you guys are both 5s.
Oh.
I mean, you guys would be a good match.
Ryan didn't get there.
You think AJ and Ron would be a good match?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys would.
Yeah, that would be a good match.
They gotta be real close.
Yeah, go ahead. All right, Brendan's going to step away for a little while. He's going to try and get a game going here with a couple of guys hanging around. Cookie will play the loser of AJ and Ron. The polite way to say that, Cookie, is you got next. Come on now. I know you came up with street ball. You got to call it out like street ball. You got respect. Put a little respect on it. Well, Eric's at a real loss of what to do here. He can, he really wants to move that 15 away, but he's worried about doing something with the 1. He's got the 1 to deal with. Let's see, where are we at here? There it is, you got action. Well, here's the thing though, Colby. You said that you can't come out tonight. And Cookie very likely, wow, he moved them both, but where's it going? Where's the cue ball going? Where's the cue ball going? Wow. Here we go. Oh, yeah. You guys are both 5 double, triple pluses. Take that. You guys made me forget what I was going to say. Ooh, Ryan's going to hang that one. There's no babies allowed in here. No, actual physical babies. I mean, we're all pool players, so we're all babies, right? But on the other hand, and we've actually had this conversation, I think, about it. Would it be safer or not? Because everyone be freaking out about, like, oh, man, we can't let anything happen to that kid because, everyone's going to assume something bad's going to happen to the kid in a pool hall. I can't seem to decide if this ball is frozen or not. Uh-oh. Eric needs... Whoa, ball. Yeah, I think they both hit that shot now where they try to use a little bit of that high karate to hold it. And sent the object ball 4 rails. Eric's a little fortunate that 115 didn't tie up dead to his hole. Dwayne, I'm gonna... Oh. What? Thank you for the follow. Pre-owned Cypress. I don't believe I'm saying your name right, but thank you for the follow. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. Wow, Ryan just hung the no. It's no good. Okay, we gotta do some ball counting here. Well, Eric didn't like it, so he's gonna give up a ball on that one. This is the first time we've had two guys play that are both wearing the same color shirt, so I can't just say, oh, the guy in the gray shirt is this guy, because they're both wearing gray shirts tonight. Okay, he's going to try it again, and he's going to make it this time. Nicely done. That was his last ball. Oh, I should have clipped that. All right. Ryan gets the first three. Let's see where we're going from here. Well, these guys are going to talk about it for a little minute. While they're doing that, I'm going to peek out into the room and see what's going on. On the AccuStats Bigfoot table, let's see what we've got. Shane playing Gomez. I cannot see the score from here. Does anybody have the score? Oh, wait a minute. I bet I can get it. Okay, it looks like it's 5-2, Shane over Gomez. Gomez is at the table. He's got a couple balls left to get to his third rack. Yeah, I feel like these guys are having an adjustment discussion. I think Eric's going to need a little bit of help, and Ryan may not want to accommodate quite that much. I don't know what they're asking for. Can't hear it. So they're going to figure out what it is they want to do. Okay, we might be done? Question mark? Meanwhile, Roberto is running out. Yeah, I'm guessing they're done. Okay, so pending further conversation, they have finished up with this particular set. I don't know. Mark, yeah, we could have done some contests there. I thought these guys were going to play a bit longer, but they couldn't come to an adjustment agreement. So, anybody on here barking? No, not really. No. You looking for the next one? Yeah. All right. Anybody out there want to come down here and play Ryan? He's looking for challengers. Come on down. Colby's not coming. Mark probably won't show up. I don't know. Right now, we got nothing. So, we'll just have to have some sort of fun game going on for a little while. Let's see. Yeah, Gomez got 5-3. That's it. Jody and Ryan's a close match. Yeah, wait, it's Saturday. Jody, you were in here. Come down here. Yeah, Jody, you still out there? Anybody else? And, well, Judy may have stepped away for a little minute. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, if anyone wants to come down, Ryan's looking for something to do. Dave, you still with us? Ask Ryan to spark. Yeah, Mark, he didn't agree with your evaluation that you play even with Lacey. The chat goes wild. I know, right?
Shots fired! Shots fired!
Nobody wants to come down. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see what's going on. Maybe we can come up with a different game. In the meantime, let's see. First off, why did my other camera thing not work? Very confused by that. Whoa, I'm just doing some management stuff here. Hang on. Let's see what's going on. Who said one? So also had to try and play doubles at Kenny's and come up when he won 2 and out. But wait a minute. Yeah, wait. Cookie, aren't you at the doubles thing? Or did you not play? But you said there was a Stargate marathon, so I'm assuming you didn't even make it out to Kenny's. You should come out, though, because I know you ain't got nothing else to do. Why don't you come on out here? And we'll figure out something to do. Oh, jeez. I guess that's fair. Well, rather than watch Ryan just fire balls around, I guess we can figure out what's going on here. Nobody wants to play with you. Well, I can't help it. Nobody wants to play doubles with you. Come down here and we'll play some doubles. Just saying. Dwayne says 9796. Dwayne Spears. Dwayne, you can't fear the big table. You did all right. Cooking. You didn't try to find a partner. You knew this event was coming up. Like, even I knew about it, and I'm not even in the scene anymore. I knew they were doing that doubles thing. Well, that's all right, Dwayne. You don't have to shoot all the long ones. I feel like you got enough knowledge you can work around that, though. I don't know who's got 2 games, but somebody's up 2 games here. I kind of feel like it should be AJ. It just depends on how things are going. Oh, wow. Well, Ryan fired that. That was a great bank. Didn't really get anywhere on the shape, though. That's a little unfortunate, but we shall see. Brandon said he'd play him if Ryan only played with the jump cue. Like, so every shot has to be shot with a jump cue. He's trying to think if he could use a bridge with a jump cue. We're gonna have a fun game here, I think.
You might be able to put a quarter inch of low on it. A quarter inch of top. Anything else?
It's gonna be interesting. I think Ryan's going to only use the jump cue. Okay, so Ron's up 2. So Ron's up 2. AJ's got 1. I don't know if that's going to work. Yeah, Dwayne, I noticed you didn't take a lot of those long ones, but like I said, it still didn't really hurt you. And I don't know if that was more you or just me being an idiot when we played, but either way, it's got to be a little bit of both in there somewhere, right? Let's check in on the 10-foot table here. I can't show you guys technically. I mean, legally, I can't show you guys the match, but if you're not watching the EcuStat stream in addition to this, I understand, but it is tied up now. It's 5-5. Shane Van Boning and Gomez. And wow, their TPA scores are both over 900. Van Boning's a 909. Gomez is a 907. This is going to be a DVD match, and when it comes out, I would suggest you guys go ahead and just buy it. Like, we're only halfway through this match, but I feel like this is one of those 10-ball matches you're just going to want to own. But yeah, we're still trying to find something for Ryan to do. Oh, Ron, what just happened?
number and see if he wants to play me something?
Mike Willis?
Yeah. I don't have his phone number. I don't think.
Cookie, you would actually be surprised at our TPA. They released a worksheet a couple years back on how to calculate it for yourself. So I recorded a bunch of matches way back when, and filled it out and did the whole thing, and it was better than I expected it to be. I mean, it wasn't any 800s or nothing like that, but what was it? It was a couple matches with like me and Mike, and I think we were both somewhere in the 600s. Something like that, because I was kind of expecting it to be pretty low too. But I mean, we did all right. It also depends on what you define as a, there's a couple of scoring things that are judgment calls based on, intent. I don't remember all the rules right now, but they do make it available. It's worth it though. Like, go back and find a match that you played. And just try and score yourself, but it's you have to do it objectively, and know when you made a mistake and score it as a mistake. Yeah, this particular Pandora station, and I do like it. But man, it is. It doesn't have a lot of variety. I don't know if that's a licensing issue or just their little music picker squirrels. Just only pick the same couple of bands. There's only about 10 or 15 bands that it plays. All right, AJ ties it at 2. I actually don't know if they're racing to 7. That's what we all suggested back here in the far side of the shop. So I can't, with any sort of confidence, say what's actually happening. I also just realized that I have no idea where my phone is. Every third ball. That's funny. All right, I'm going to step away for a minute and A, locate my phone. B, see if there's anything else that we can get going on here tonight. But do keep the chat going. And let me check in. Did anybody say anything on the Facebook? Danny, well, come on down. Get it worked out. What else you going to do? All right, I'm going to step away. I'll be right back.
We should be involved together, probably.
Yeah.
If you have all yourself, and pick to win the tournament, might here's the other reason. This is why I don't like winning the tournament, because if there is 40 something teams, you're going to spend a couple hours waiting to play the first round, or you could spend an hour. But then you might spend 4 hours waiting to play the first round, and another 3 hours for the next 2 hours. I designed it first. 13 basically get a penalty to play the match. 12 goes to 60. 11 goes to 5. can tell you what happened. All of a sudden, I see Ryan's stick pull back farther than normal. Coach! Oh! When I see Ryan,
grab it.
when I see Ryan walk up to every shot, this is what would happen. I see Ryan walk up to this ball, and just by where he sets his hand down, I know what he's going to do. If he sets his hand down right here, I know I'm fine, something short and smooth. If he sets his hand down back here, I know I'm in fucking trouble. Because he's about to long stroke the piss out of this ball, and something bad's happening to me. I'll tell you, I gotta read Ryan on that ball.
Who's Mike play with then? Man, listen, I don't play. The problem with me playing with somebody who doesn't necessarily shoot as straight as I do, or fire at things the way I do, that's the way I play fishing. So for somebody who plays worse than me on my team, it's bad for me. Because you're going to be on the wrong side of a lot of balls.
How did you and Straight get the same sentence?
You're looking off that vibe. You're not the only person who's asking me.
I was just talking about the way he shoot, but that's what he took it.
Yeah. I think it's because the hat's not I think it could be straightforward or straight backward. But the fact that it's not either one.
Don't make one people wear and they wear it straight.
No,
They can wear anything they want. We're non-judgmental. We're not like that.
Like wearing my Birdie 2020 shirt.
Wear whatever you want.
You're Birdie 2020. You have to wear it with that hat though. Oh yeah. Like, go here. Wear Birdie 2020. Wear my Cortez shirt. Back when he was awesome. Back when he put out good jams.
But basically nothing changes.
No, he's his music's not that good. He's nuts now. He lost his fucking mind. No. You heard him talk? He lost his fucking mind. No. I mean, that too.
Oh yeah.
They cracked him though. The loves to crack his punk ass. I loved it. You got him. Got the cage. That's exactly how it went. Once the airport started to shut down, he didn't give in. Crack. The ultimate. Oh yeah. Absolutely. She is.
Would you want her to leave this country?
Might find out. Might find out sooner than later.
No. There's only one woman right now that I think could become the president of the United States. I think she absolutely could and would. No, this is an actual very intelligent, strong woman.
And Coulter? Is that where you're going?
No, she's a disease cunt.
Oh, I bet you liked her a week ago, though, until she started calling Trump out.
I have no idea. All I know is she's some freak. I don't know. I only know her from the Comedy Club Central roast. That's the only reason I know she is.
They fucking went in on her, man.
That's the only reason I even know
That
she
was
is.
brutal.
I told you many times. I don't like anybody's radical about anything. She's radical about being a Trump.
She was a big Trump person until the game.
Some of these supporters are. Not most. Most of them are normal people. He does have crazy too.
She turned on him. She saw Bill Maher last night.
Yeah, I know she does. I don't like radical about anything. Trust me. I don't like this. It's not Muslim. It's just a Muslim associated.
Yeah.
It's not Muslim based. People forget about it. All the people that voted for him are a whole bunch of other people that used to vote Democrat that don't anymore.
No, they will again. If it wasn't Hillary, they probably would have.
Well, they may have. I'm just saying that they're not all crazy fucks. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of us.
was her.
It's a big anybody else. It's a big reason why. Just think as bad as he was, how bad she had to be.
No, that's what I mean. He couldn't have beat a fucking milk carton.
But it's also not just her. It's also literally like you just couldn't tax the American people anymore. It was just too bad.
He wouldn't have beat Joe Biden. He wouldn't have beat anybody.
Tax cuts are gonna win too often. They just are.
I didn't get a tax cut.
You haven't yet. Well, you did.
I just went and paid my tax. I wouldn't did my tax. I did less money back.
You would have got a lot less back had it been the other way.
I got more back last year on the old tax code. What are you talking about?
I can't. Well, first of all, I can't tell what you paid in or paid out or anything like this. I can tell you if you had your account and analyze it, it'll tell you you're better off this year than you were the year before.
I paid less than that.
See, that's what I'm saying. I can't control what you get taxed.
No, I'm saying I paid less in taxes this year. I got like an extra $20 or so on my paycheck, on every paycheck.
There you go.
And then I got $200 less than I got back last year.
You want to hear what else you taxed?
What?
How much did you pay in gas this year?
I don't know. I got a new car out there. My car's very economical.
Did your salary? Did you get a raise this year?
Like what I told you. Wait, staggering, brother.
We are. According to all the data out there, not according to ADP payroll, not according to every piece of data agreed on by even Democrats.
I'm convinced that the current spread of belief in is part
All
of
throughout the middle class.
bad luck isn't brought by open ears.
We don't find anywhere that says that. Just anywhere. I mean, I don't think even CNN does that. You don't think they do that? Yeah. That's not great at all.
Well below living costs per. Yeah.
That's different. That's way different from stagnant. They've gone up and down. We're mostly stagnant still, aren't we? They definitely are. Where do they need to be again? That's way different. Way different. But everything is big. No, not a lot of things are big. Minimum wage didn't. I get like
I got a good review. It's just standard. It's just like it's not like it's not negotiable. Like I don't go in and demand a raise. I get a review every year, and my raise is dependent on that. But like I get one of the highest reviews there. It's like 2%. But then the cost of living goes up like 3%. So you just lose every year.
a lot of people made a lot more money. And as they got hired into new jobs, I mean, according to ADP payroll, number one, the ways they use to measure all this stuff, it all has risen. Wages have risen wholeheartedly all around the board.
But if they don't keep up with the standard cost of living, then wages are going to be stagnant. If you're losing 0.5% or 1% every year, you're really not gaining any ground.
I'm just telling you, according to all the data, wages are going up absolutely the last 2 years. Now, as far as the cost of living, if the cost of living goes up, inflation, the cost of living goes up like 2.25%. Yeah, wages have risen. It used to, what did it used to? Like I said, man, I do you think you are? Unemployment and wages. Staff has been getting into over and over and over. I'm not sure if you're right here, Drew, but I know you're right on all of those. And minimum wage is going up. And as far as tax breaks go, there are a lot of companies that gave their staffs and their employees $1,000 credits, $1,000 bonuses, They did. I think the fact is a lot of people doesn't do it at all. It's actually a huge way to spend money on that. You make more money for yourself. It makes more money for shareholders. Which is important. Don't get the extra out of it. It's not worth it. There's one thing. People don't know my job. It's a lot easier to not know it's worth it. It's a lot cheaper and a lot easier to buy that. Just put your money in the stock market and start something. I gotta say this. Somebody gave me $1 million. Wow, should I start a major international business and hire a or should I just sit on my fat ass and go to Germany?
That's what I'd do. I'd probably do like half of the way.
Sure.
I would. But I wouldn't do anything with it. I mean, I'd help people, but I wouldn't start a company.
So you wouldn't create any jobs for all these people to sustain them?
No. I'd probably do less than that. I'd probably make people quit. I give so much money.
See, so what you're saying is, if given the opportunity, you would be a rich, powerful white guy wishing to not be taxed at 70% like Democrats want to tax rich people.
Okay, there's a particular stat about that though. That 70% tax is only for people that make more than $10 million in a year.
Sure. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, I think it's fucking fair. What
Tax
do you
somebody
need?
at 70%?
What do you need $10 million for personal income for?
That's called communism.
That's called keeping the people from fucking revolting.
Yeah.
We are this close to having people show up at the White House and fucking give them like they are France. It's fucking.
They need to bring back.
Well, listen, you're saying that tax people make more than $10 million a year. You're basically, that's just saying that you're limited, you're capped out. This is as much as you can ever do.
There is no
You're gonna
reason
tax 70%
for people
why
to
would
make
you-
$10 million a year and to only have to pay the same percentage as
So
somebody that makes
let me just ask you a question. So, if I was going to hire you in, you're the best internet guy in the world, right? You're the best computer guy in the world. You say, down from North where you're only making 9.9 million, someone gets taxed at 140, so they're not even at 7%. I'm just saying there's,
Make more than the guy who makes that.
that's just not how America was formed. It's not how
It needs to evolve.
I understand that. Literally, that's just
Capitalism is probably.
socialism and communism is not the answer. Proven over and over and over. You can't put somebody like that at 70%. Ridiculous. Now, I like the other tax solution. I don't mind that one at all. You know, basically, if you make, you know, the wealth tax of the 1, 2, or 3%, I can live with that one. You know, like saying that somebody can't make $10 million a year is just wrong. It's just wrong. That's basically what you're saying. But telling somebody, hey, if you make, if you have, you know, $500 million, we are going to take 1%. Because the reason I like that way much more, because you're only really taking, like, they can live off the interest forever already. So by taking a little bit more of the interest, you're not really taking their money. But to tax somebody at 70% and take their money before they ever have it, is just, I mean, it's un-American. It's just literally communist and socialist. It's wrong. It's, I mean, on every level.
The
Tell somebody if they
principle
work.
of taxing 1 extra percent at 500 million and 70% at 10 million is the same principle.
It's not an argument.
Arguing numbers.
No, it's not. It's somebody who accumulates wealth versus somebody who is trying to accumulate wealth. You know?
$10 million is no longer considered trying.
Okay, I got a great one for you. I become a sports player, right?
I don't believe with any,
I
I do
become a
not
sports
think
player.
sports people should make anywhere near the fucking money they make. They do not provide.
Whether you do or don't. Okay, I'm a singer. You like musicians? I'm a musician, right? Okay. So I finally hit it big. Somebody signs me my $10 million contract.
So far at this point, I made shit. I owe everybody and their mother money, including the people whose spouses I've been living on and paying everything else, right? I make my first $10 million signing after a business to piece. I get my money with tax rate 70%. I got $3 million left, right? Don't ever hit it big again. Why did I pay all that money for somebody to make $9.9 million a year? 70% not crazy. If you give it away first. Oh, no, when you earn it, you get taxed on it. That's not correct. Yeah.
If you sign 10 million and you're 80 20%,
Let's say you cleared 10. Then you get taxed. Okay, let's say you cleared 10.
after you paid everybody.
Then you get your 70%.
This is where I don't understand. You never hit a big give, you just heard in the first
And then,
place. You
then,
should afford it.
then keep in mind, so you got $3 million.
And this is where I don't know if it's 70% at 10 million or 70% beyond 10 million. And I think that
Either
might
way,
be part of it.
so now you have $3 million. Now keep in mind that every car, house, furniture, clothing, everything you buy, pay sales tax on. Every car, house, everything expensive you buy, pay personal property tax on.
I disagree with that.
Then they want to hit you with their wealth tax. And then guess what happens when you give it to your kids? Inheritance tax.
Yeah.
I thought they got rid of that. No. Didn't they? For certain people. For certain people.
Right away, didn't it?
For certain people. Just saying there's
kids.
I'm not
No,
saying it's not rough, but it's
there's-
like if you're making 10 million, like that's a super educational, right? And it proves the point from a theoretical standpoint. But by the time most people that are making $10 million a year, they don't just go from being in poverty to 10 million, right? So that argument is just academic at best. But
I'd say most people that make that kind of money, like literally make that kind of money, they didn't come from all type of money. They came from education, which can be a result of money.
right, but what I'm saying though too is like they had a year like $1 million and then 2 million.
Not necessarily. I disagree with that.
People don't come from nothing to just start making 10 million.
That's not true. I mean, there's a lot of
People that make $10 million a year just come out of nowhere because they just want to sign the deals and then they got there.
I mean,
We're talking about business people here.
there's a lot of business people that make free food.
You're gonna have your own share.
But just to say we're going to have I'm not saying not to tax
They're
rich
robbing
people.
everybody in this country blind for 40 years. Fuck that. At least. I'm just talking about. I'm talking directly about like the baby boomers. They took all the fucking money, didn't leave nothing for anybody else. Fuck them. It is. Baby boomers ruined the shit out of this country.
How can they do that? I can't make it this one.
They fucking ruined the housing market. They overpopulated the fucking land.
What do you consider the baby boomers?
Huh?
Who do you consider the baby boomers?
People my parents say.
What age? The 60s?
60s now.
This is people born in the 50s, basically. So you said everybody born in the 1950s is the ones that really started.
Yes. That's where all this shit started. I'm not kidding. They fucking took all the money. Left everybody else with crumbs. That whole generation.
How much did your dad pay for? I don't know. So it wasn't much. What was that? Well, they bought it for something. What do you think they sold it for? Fixed it, maybe they ruined it. The baby boomers fixed all this. That shit all went away. Like, it doesn't exist anymore. What happened? This was because that's why I mean, you could live that way if you choose to live in a rich area. You could live place.
I live in the city.
You live in St. Louis City.
So?
You could live in Cape Girardeau. You could pop them up. You could live in.
Okay, if I live in a non-city city, then yeah, I could have a house with a car.
You could live in Pacific. You could live in. There's a lot of places you could live. You
Where
choose to
do
live
you
in
live
one of
in
the
the
top
city?
cities of the country.
What part of the city you live in?
Where you choose
I
to
live in
live.
Dutchess.
So, I mean, you're breaking it down to just St. Louis.
Okay, yeah. I live in the
Yeah. I mean, it's close if you're not, if it ain't, don't watch over, right? Yeah.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of places that you could live and have a family for another class.
Yeah, and not have a single income household.
I know people that do it.
Not St. Louis.
Like, not in St. Louis, yeah, even in the city.
That's why everybody has multiple jobs. And why people rely on government.
They choose to spend more money than they have to. Childcare is really expensive. So is everything. It's a choice. They choose. Choice. Why not?
I chose not to have a second full-time job.
Yeah, I chose to have 2 jobs, so I could have it. I did it by choice. Whether you should or shouldn't,
No, that's the problem. That's what the wages are. That's what you're saying is right.
I understand it, but that's it doesn't
Because people don't make enough money.
but it doesn't exist though. That's like your so it just doesn't exist though. There is nowhere to
But it is. But they do
It may have before.
It is.
I can understand what you're saying.
And then they got greedy. They fucking bought everything up. They fucking robbed everybody blind. And now they're breaking everything up.
I just disagree with saying nobody got enough money.
It's a lot smaller than it used to be.
That might be
If every family had a house and 2 cars, they could afford to live on one.
that is not true. I got family that didn't have any of that.
They took away pensions.
They had 11 people living in one little tiny house with one job.
House baby boomers, they took away pensions. They started 401ks. You know, pay little shit so they can what? More money.
It was that way back in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, everywhere else.
Their pensions came along, and guess what? People got to retire. They didn't have to work for them for 7 years.
People that had those jobs.
A lot of your jobs did that. Look how many pension now. Government jobs. I've got a nice pension. She's retired.
Last year. Good. She makes more than I ever did. Well, not more than I ever did. More than I did every year, but 2.
I need to find a job that got a pension. I know that. You only got to bring out a pension.
But a lot of jobs are legal. I'm a teacher.
They don't get paid. They get a pension though, right?
You fucking got me.
Stay long enough, you get a pension.
My mom makes much more than you ever did. Teaching 2nd grade. No, fuck it.
How long was she there?
2 years.
They're all started meditation.
I'm just saying that,
Score.
you know,
30-year plan.
does being a first-year teacher pay a whole lot? No, it doesn't. But guess what a first-year Wall Street guys make? Nothing either. They made a choice to go live broke. Try to make money. Instead of being a teacher with a safe job, 4 freaking months of vacation every year and a pension with that.
I don't get paid enough to have to provide
Okay, let's just break it down real quick. Why do you say they don't get paid?
because the average salary is like $31,000.
Average salary.
Yeah, average.
That means somebody make less. That means some make less.
What's the average salary of a poker team?
It's high because we work for tips.
The average salary of a poker team. Not a poker team. What's the average salary of a casino?
The average, not including tips. I make $5 an hour without tips.
What's the average salary though? Like, how much does each casino? You took the casino workers as a whole. What's the average? Like $15 an hour.
No, it's less because like you got to take into account security guards don't make that. EBS doesn't make that. The food workers don't make
The
that.
average $12 an hour, maybe.
See, are you counting with the tips? Like
Let's just
the
say
toke
for
rate and
fun, it's
everything?
$12.
With the toke rate and everything?
Whatever.
Okay, so
That's $24,000 a year.
that's not a livable wage.
That's not livable.
I understand that's not. I'm not saying that that is.
all I'm saying is, so there's a whole industry. I work in hotels. There's a whole other industry, lower wage. Banking, lower wage. I go on and on and on. So how are teachers underpaid when every other industry is paying less?
Because their job's a little more important than making sure that some rich guy is able to fucking cheat from the bed.
It's important. But here's another factor. How easy is that job to get compared to that? It's easy to get a job being a teacher. It's very easy.
You gotta go to school, don't put yourself in debt.
School and be in debt to get a job.
You have to go to school and be in debt to go to get a job doing hardly anything. I didn't go to school. Trust me, I lived in it all the time.
What do you think probably how much salary? That's the problem. Because people start off with $1,000, $100,000 in debt before they even get their first job. That's the problem.
So I think it's a problem people make a choice to take student loans rather than pay for them.
Now, people are paying $50,000 a year to go to college.
A lot of people pay for school as their loan.
And when your mom went to school, college was the income to cost ratio was fucking minimal compared to where it is now.
How much does internet cost to go through? Doesn't matter if you can't finish it, matter of fact. You know, for 2 years, how much is it going to cost to go to the next one?
What's up to 5,000 a year? What? Up to 5,000 a year at least, right?
That's not doable. I mean, I know a lot of people that have done it. I mean, my friend Jason Crutch just did it. He went to Huntsville and WashU while he lived in an apartment. While he cooked it and
There is no way that kid
He did.
worked part-time and
He did.
paid for Washington. $40,000 a semester.
he went through Huntsville's program at WashU. He's now an engineer in Kansas making over $100,000 a year. It's a dead true story. Jason Crutch.
Okay, so what he did, that's what it is. Got a discount on Washington. Full price, but still pretty much.
I'm sure he's still paying for sitting there. He's making $100,000 a year versus $15 an hour he made at a restaurant. I'm just saying
There's a lot of waiters with masters.
Nobody pays college. Like, you don't get in and out of college without school loans unless you've got college.
I agree with you. I'm not saying they don't.
Like when I went to college, this was 20 years ago.
Sarah had about $20,000 in student loans she paid off. I mean, she had like 40, but we paid off the last 20 while we were there. You know, I mean, and she has a job working in banking now. She makes normal middle class wage. I understand maybe things were better.
Most of the guys that I went to did not have to do it. All
Complain about Maryland the way it is now. There isn't anywhere hardly at all that's thriving. There's a reason why people all want to come here away from wherever it is. I'm just saying,
If you get escape violence, yeah.
Those people leaving Honduras and Mexico and all that shit. Violent. They're scared as shit.
I think you find out that more people that come here, especially
Oh, nice. Justin won his first 4 banks. Good for him.
come here for the purpose of education, because they can't get it anywhere else.
They I saw them flip up there. I don't even know what's going on in this bar table anymore. We keep trying to get something going down here on this other table, and we're getting distracted with some conversations that probably shouldn't be happening in a pool room. I kind of feel like we should really just be abiding by bar rules at this point, but it happens sometimes.
Hold on, first of all, they do charge
Workshop, man, a couple hours. So I had a theory about who you were, and I'm clearly wrong because the guy who I thought you were is actually here, and you're in there. So not that. That's pretty funny.
They have no income to decide what they do at the end of the day. None.
They're all happy. They all work
They are
30
not
hours
all
a
happy.
week. They all
I
are
bet
all
you
happy.
anything they're not all happy.
I mean, they gotta take vitamin D over there. There ain't no
paying-
sun and they're still happy.
They're paying people to move there. They literally are paying people to move there.
Denmark's the happiest country in the
Yeah.
world.
And they're literally paying people to move there.
All right.
They'll pay you to live there.
I don't really know what's going to go on. I think we're just going to kind of wait and see who shows up later, and then see if we can get something going. I kind of want to.
No disposable income. They've never seen anything else.
Not really sure what to do in this situation. Normally we have kind of games lined up,
What do you need disposable income for?
but things aren't really not really going according to plan tonight.
Go ask them how they like their theory in Cuba or Venezuela or
But sometimes that happens. So many champions at DCC, man, you ain't kidding. I kind of wish I was down there. That was a good time. It's always a good time hanging out.
people are describing it as they think they want. It is true. We have seen people in 70% of this time. Socialism is the worst form of it.
And really, next time you get your Social Security check or your Medicare,
I'm not counting on that.
just throw it in the trash then. Take that Medicare card.
I paid for all that. Why would I take it? Why would I do that? I paid for it.
You didn't pay enough. If you use Medicare, you didn't pay enough.
The average person,
Pays like, I think, 80,000 in Medicare throughout their life. You know what the average Medicare bill is? Well, that's all. I'm just saying.
I have no idea. I have zero idea. Why.
Well, if the coins are still on the right side, then I gotta say Ron has the first game. Well, we'll just let this play on, see if we can get something going. I don't know. I might see if we can get off all this nonsense and maybe have a fun like bank game or something like that on the big table. You got people sitting around doing stuff. See what we can find out. Well, let me go see if I can round up something. I don't know. I'll be back again.
I'd rather the government control everything than the fucking oil companies and the ones
You say that now. Look who's in power. You really want them controlling everything?
I'm talking about one single person.
That's what you're talking about. When the government controls everything, it is one person. It's two. You know who it is in Venezuela right now? It's a guy named Maduro. He's about to have the United States shoot a fucking rocket up.
And guess what's gonna happen?
They absolutely are.
They already said it's the fuck not.
I don't care what they said. I think they're going to. Trust me, the United States didn't get to zero. They risked blowing the Russian boats right over at. 160 rockets right at Russia. The place they used for the boats. Trust me, when Venezuela wants to get ready, they're not going to get ready. I agree with you somewhere.
Probably like the world we've never seen before.
Well, I agree with you somewhere. It doesn't have to be wrapped up. The country is dead busted, dead fucking broke.
Yeah, because he's got all the money.
Yeah.
He's the richest guy in the world.
Exactly. You want to live in a country like that? No. That's what happens when you give the government that much power.
I think the government needs to control some shit.
When you give them that much power, that's what happens. They control everything. And what happens is the only people with the right connection to get what they need, everybody else gets shit. You get to wait 6 months or a year, and you see it happen. Then you start to regulate it. How does he collide with a wall?
I'm not kidding. So Obama put in this movement, like, when these farmers had to test their water, okay, before their water that in place. Yes. Mom is yes. 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 So Trump deregulated it, right? Trump deregulated it. Yes. Right? But how he took away all the deregulation. Yes, I know. So right, I'm just being clear on that. He deregulated it, so they didn't have to test the water anymore. Right? So in California, where all the kids are, these cows just shit and piss in the water, right? Cows carry E. coli, but are immune to it. So now they don't want to test the water. They use that water to water the crops. The food goes out. We all get sick. All to save these farmers a little bit of money, but then all that does is cost everybody a shit load of money. So yes, this is 100% I'm talking about lettuce. Yeah, this is talking about red cows. This is the romaine recalls. I'm talking about and there's been a ton of them. It's not just like an isolated incident. There's a ton of them. What percentage would you say? There's been quite a few, right? Am I wrong? There's been at least 4 recalls, national level recalls this year. Different types of lettuce. That's not what I'm talking about. In the last year. Trust me, I worked for a lettuce company all year. I know what it's about. So am I right? No. I mean, I have a lot of fun listening. I'm not right? No. It's hard to fire, right? I know, but not. It's a good story. Not right? What's not right about it? What percentage of regulation do you think Trump actually deregulated? Do you think it actually was Trump who did it? Was it Congress who did it? Or was it actually the president? It was the Republicans. Oh, now it's Republican. I just want to be clear. When it happened, everybody likes to blame everything on Trump, like Trump that did it. It happened. He takes credit for it. He takes credit for everything. If he's going to take credit for it, he can blame for it. Yeah, you can't take credit for it. Just because somebody takes credit for something doesn't mean they deserve credit. Well, then because somebody takes credit for shit he didn't fucking do that too. No, I'm just saying the people who also take the blame for things like quarterbacks and football teams all say, they don't say, Ryan dropped that fucking pass. They say, oh, I should have thrown that pass a little deeper in and I'm not going to make it have a better chance of getting enough receiver to show. There's a lot of ways to say it. And I'm not defending Trump or don't get me wrong. All I'm saying is it's an easy jab to try to poke at the same guy no matter what the world possibly goes wrong. It's the easiest thing to say. It's Trump's fault. It's all Trump's fault. Trump did it. Trump did it. It's just comical because it's just so untrue. It's just crazy. It is if you try to spin it that way. I think that's what happens. That is what happens. You guys try to spin everything. That is what I just told you. It's exactly what happened. It's not. Pretty close. Okay, so take away the part that we said, or he said that it was Trump that did the deregulation, or Republican time. The fact remains, things were deregulated, and things failed safety precautions. Right? You don't dispute that. That happens every day, everywhere. It happened over and over and over during the Obama administration, during the Clinton administration, during the Bush administration. Why were there so many more recalls in the last 12 months than in the years prior? Why were there so many more oil spills during the Obama administration? I don't know. How would I know? But you don't see a correlation? Tell me again. Between the deregulation and the amount of food-borne problems and recalls. I haven't seen the percentage any higher now than they were the year before. And in fact, that's what I thought I heard they went down. However, I didn't put any credence into it because these are a whole lot of factors that don't have anything to do with regulation. First of all, whoever those farmers were and weren't doing washes and doesn't wash that stuff and left it. There's a lot of people that can be responsible. It was all about testing the water. I don't believe for a minute that it wholeheartedly somebody said farmers don't have to test water. Regulations don't read like that. I mean, nowhere would somebody I don't know. Farmers no longer have. I know that's my point. You're saying that they no longer have to test the water. I bet you anything that they tested the water for. They want to require anything. I bet a lot of water because they used to have. I'll bet a lot on it that there is no regulation that says any water that used to have to test they don't have to test now. I'll bet a lot. That's just not. I don't mind talking about it. How do you ever come to a solution?
outbreak of lettuce traced to contaminated water from the cattle farm.
Okay, but that doesn't mean it was all due to deregulation.
They didn't have to test the water. That's exactly what it was.
I promise you won't find a regulation that said they used to have to test water, now they don't have to test it anymore. To just staple the two things together isn't how it works.
Oh, I thought it was pretty amazing that they drew that conclusion, actually.
Who did?
This doctor. His name's,
This doctor.
Yeah, no, he's really smart.
I'm not doubting it. But I tell you what, this is what happens in every single trial that's ever happened in history, right? That had to do with stuff like that. There's experts on both sides. And some experts all say it was due to this, that, and this. And other experts that'll say the other thing. You know, there's a huge case that's been going on now for, I don't know how many, 100, you know? And that's been going on for fucking ever about you know, now lead or whatever's in talcum now. You know, they've been suing J&J since the beginning of time, and they won't stop over the what's the shit called? There's asbestos. There's asbestos in fucking talcum. And there's 500 million people who all swear that they tested it, it's in there. There's another billion companies and people out there that swear they tested it, there's nothing in there. There hasn't been for the last 20 years. But they consistently still do this. Dance, song and dance, every day, every year. No matter what water somebody said they tested, I guarantee you there was 500 other million experts that tested something else. And I'm not doubting that the lettuce got contaminated by water. It could have been done from the oil factory up the street. It could have been done from the lead factory a mile away. It could have been done from the acid in the water. I don't know. I'm just saying. You know, find one doctor that wrote one article that said it could have been done by this. You know, when the entire national oil hasn't agreed to that. Not really fair. And then to turn around and just say it was all Trump's fault. It's a long reach. Try to go from here to there. Besides the fact that less than 10% of the regulations that they've even tried to go away haven't gone away. They've literally been able to get rid of less than 10%. Which a lot of people are very disappointed about. Republicans, by the way. I personally think there's a chance.
I think it actually is in there. In the regulations, standards on agricultural water and required testing for E. coli and other pathogens that farms would need to begin performing. The farms would need to begin performing. Kind of put these rules in. We postpone the start date. Like, kind of what happened. See, I'm serious. Like, I'm reading about it in multiple different places. So it actually, that is actually how it read.
Trust me, I don't get a lot of joy in defending Trump. I'm just saying some of the nonsense it gets a little thick. It's easy to see.
I don't find all the other bullshit, but this is like directly linked to something he did.
And you can find, I mean, I bet you can find a whole bunch of articles going both ways on it. That's my point. And if you think he read any of those regulations, all he did was find out everything Obama did and try to figure out the way to get rid of it.
Yeah, try to
That is a terrible
That's it. It's
pattern
true.
of behavior.
I agree with you.
It's crazy. It's true.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous. It was ridiculous a lot of the stuff that they put in place. You know, that was ridiculous too. But this is what happens every 4 years. This isn't like some new phenomenon. You know, a lot of political experts say Obama way overstepped his boundaries. And then it claimed legal precedent, which is actually a scary place for Trump in his last year of presidency, and some of the stuff he can do if he wants to. Because of what Obama did when he was he stood up in court. You know? That's a big problem. It's a big problem. The fact that it was legal means it's legal for Trump to do too. The fact that it's legal for Trump to do it, if Congress doesn't change it soon, they don't have the votes to do.
They do now.
No, they don't. They need 60 votes. They don't have it. No, they don't. No, they don't. They have over 50. They don't have 60. No, there's a big difference. better chance that the next Congress will get flipped.
Think so?
Well, there's a better chance that the president will get flipped, but if that doesn't happen, then Congress will probably get flipped again. I don't know if Trump's even going to run the next 4 years. I think he's going to find a way out.
He might resign to keep his kid out of jail.
He'll either be
He's going to jail before he has to run it. If he can indict him as sitting president, I don't know if necessarily can.
They have to impeach him first.
He just got his right hand.
What?
Well, obviously, there's a political reason. He's better than mine.
There is no midline. Well, for what?
If they both go to jail, pick up
Lying to Congress?
What the fuck? What are they lying about? What they did?
But they didn't do anything illegal. What they did illegal was lying to Congress.
About saying they didn't do anything illegal.
It doesn't matter. You can go to Congress for
They
any
just
reason and lie to
they
them.
just arrested Roger Stone, man.
So
here's Trump.
because he lied to Congress.
So listen, here's Trump during the campaign. Trump, Steve Bannon, Roger Stone.
Hold on.
And that was the pecking order.
When was Roger Stone his campaign manager? You know?
Until that issue was hired down.
Until when?
I don't know.
Before he ran. Before he ran. I'm not ranching.
What do you think were above Roger Stone and all this happening? Probably Steve Bannon. Most likely to be. But smart, but not me.
Not Jared Kushner.
He's another fucking look. You know what his dad did? Do you know why his dad's in jail? For blackmail, right? And I believe extortion or something. He hired a prostitute to fuck his brother, his sister's husband, and then filmed it and blackmailed him, trying to extort him for money. Jared Kushner bad. Look it up. Only because. You got tall boys?
Pile it all on and try to make
What is it, a chocolate milk stout?
This is peanut butter chocolate milk stout from Four Hands.
God, that sounds like it just.
It's good.
It is good.
I haven't had the peanut butter.
So you know
I've
what?
had the
There's
chocolate
a
milk.
local I forget who makes it, but there's a whiskey company locally, and they brew in the barrel beforehand here. So there's a peanut butter chocolate whiskey.
Really?
Who makes it? There's no local place.
There, please.
Yeah,
You're trying to give him credit. Around here, down. I like
I said, you can ask Brendan on my.
the one is got I would be there.
I would say, hey, I just got Brendan on
I was wondering why I wasn't borrowing from you. Your credit.
Listen to this shit. Listen how bad I get it. I got this fucking kid to be all weakest steak in town. He wins, this dickhead hands me money, I sue your steak.
We finally have a little more.
I can't win here. I can't get money, so I sue your steak. Like, I literally have staked no one in my whole life, like ever. People all accuse me. Like, I've been in on Dan in a few games.
I heard him say that. I heard him say steak. I fucking had steak in after all the road.
He said, I know you're staking them, so you're money.
You didn't ask for it.
And I said, I don't have any.
You should have won.
I'm like, look, man, if I'm playing somebody I don't know, I said, it's going 3 games deep unless it's my break. I might break one more time. I said, but other than that, he's either going to quit or after just 3 games. I mean, I knew that going into
We went down to one ball. Twice.
I understand the way you think. I'm just telling you, I didn't even know it was going to happen.
I figured it was too. There's no way it was happening.
You're clear favorite. It wasn't close. I told you all along you were going to win, and you won, and now you're like, oh, you're close favorite. You should have kept playing this one.
Tell the truth. Come on, man.
They give a lot more money than this one. She'll get it back. You made 400, you made nothing. Why don't you go 70% of the
Damn it.
Isn't that the way it works? Ryan's the richest one in the room. You should give the course guy the biggest buck. 70% of your money.
Actually, now, you're the richest person in the room. I'm the poorest person in the room. So
I don't have any money.
let's keep talking about it. Let's keep talking
I
about it.
today. I got nothing. I
Talking
lost
about
800 yesterday. I lost 800. I knew you were both pretty bad. The one thing you risk when you're matched with 2 guys that play bad is one guy might not play near your bad as the other guy. Yeah. And then they're like, that guy's fucking good.
Goes against your political beliefs, though. That's a redistribution of supplies.
That doesn't go against any of my beliefs. I'm cheap as fuck. That's business beliefs. That ain't got nothing to do with political beliefs. There's no political belief allowed.
my different ball right.
Like here was one shot, okay? The 2 ball was sitting like right here. And I told him like, you need to clear the 2 ball right here. I was like, it's a big ball, it's in that spot. And I was like, it's not in that spot, it's in the low on the ball. It's a big ball, it's in that spot. The next shot, he left there, somewhere over here, drops the ball into that ball, and makes it big. We should have cleared that ball shot before, but tried something else. You did, that's why I said that was a bad shot. And then Eric did another shot where he made a bad mistake. He needed all of it. He made a ball, and then he tried a force foul over here to get on some ball. Like, this is just dumb. If he bangs the ball, he opens up all those balls, and he's in behind the ball, and he's all. He played good, wasn't he? He played bad. He played good.
He should have definitely beat me the third game. He lets his cue ball go too much. He let his cue ball rip a couple times and it cost him.
It won't let me, John, but I don't know if it's my computer. You're gonna keep getting better every time. You watch that video, you'll see it. Like, you didn't do anything wrong.
You shoot that fucking spot shot.
Scott,
It just couldn't do it.
It's hard to. I played him at the break a couple years ago. He gave me a 18 to 4 like Justin did. I very rarely got past one ball.
It's hard to find videos of him. Like, there's newer ones, but I want to find some from like 2013, 2014.
There are some. Like, you could buy probably like that good hockey stats. Like the best one is him playing Alex. Jeremy Jones commentating. I felt like I got a run on this 5 days. There's a no grass. Yeah, this one's a new one. We got a lot of bets on Scott this year.
He does like to dress like.
We got a guy that hates Scott. He loves to get every year he puts out his year Scott Frost. He basically picked everybody in the mother to Scott Frost. I mean everybody. He'll put out whatever odds he wants, whatever odds he wants. This year he's asking for 6. streaming a lot of downtown. Democrats gave up on Washington, Missouri a long time ago.
Retired Republican Germans.
My mom's whole family's from there. That's all they are. Ah, racist motherfucker. A lot of other people there too.
No, there really isn't. It's just German. They're all German. I mean, that could be, right? There's always been some concern. But now that Mexico's down,
Hey man, people only run like faster. There's a whole huge country about, oh, you guys forgot all about they run fast as fuck. They don't walk fucking shit. They run 26 miles faster than I can run. They're literally in a dead sprint. They run around like this. You know, I can't even believe it. Not for a horse. Fedor has the worst draw by the history of this tournament. He starts out with Alex Pagler. He might be the best player in the world. If he wins that, he gets to play Jason Shaw, who might be one of the top 5 best players in the world. If he wins that, he gets to play Shane Van Bonen, who also might be the best player in the world. And then guess who he gets to play if he wins that one? Dennis Arcola, who is the other maybe best player in the world.
So if he wins this 10-foot challenge, he's gonna be somebody.
If he wins this tournament, he will have played the top 4 players in the world.
Yeah.
Without any, like,
Bustamani's got the nuts. He's on the other side where all the best players are.
Bustamante has to go through Arcola.
Oh, okay.
Bustamante will have had to beat John Mora, Liban Corteza, and Arcolo, and then the winner of the other side, which would be Shane Shaw, or hopefully my guy Fedor. It's gotta be. I don't know of a worse one. I mean, I've seen. I mean, those are the top 4 players. Not including the Chinese guys. You threw the Joe Lee Chang. Mika June, maybe?
No, Jewel played Mika.
Yeah, Jewel played Mika. I didn't even go for years that I lived out there. And then I started playing. I heard there were people camping up there, and he got that little stream thing going. I started going up there because I saw people were playing.
They haven't been streaming or look at that.
I don't think
No, they don't have it anymore. They realized how much it cost and how hard a work it was, and didn't want to keep it going.
So the hardcore people roll out.
It's a lot of work, man. John does a lot of work. I mean, it's not a. It's very time consuming.
That's right.
I mean, they were doing all that with no intentions of ever making any money off it. You know, they were just. It's just. I mean,
That's one thing we teach them.
we try to do.
and while I did a few things to try to help me, I did a lot of yeah. Really, every time you open his mouth, he's. I mean, I'll tell you this. This is all I don't regret. I'll talk too much. I just personally feel like when you own a business, you just can't afford to be that shitty to other people. Not to mention the fact that I don't agree with being shitty to people anyway, especially over something stupid. Anything really.
Teasing little kids. Yeah, that's a kid.
And I just don't like that. And then the other reason is because I just don't, like, while I have my views, and actually sometimes him and I actually agree on a few things, I don't want him representing the way that I feel. You know? Because don't take it the wrong way, but it causes people like you guys to act like this. I'm just saying, it's ridiculous that it happened. I don't believe in it. I don't agree with it. I don't agree with my current action, future action, whatever
So that same night we had a guy doing this stream in his name was workshop. Maybe that was you. No, because you're here and he's in the stream right now.
One of the reasons I hate it is that I actually don't have a but I literally just sit and watch shit all day. Mostly about these drugs. So I don't follow it. I mean, I follow some political stuff that has to do with the economy. But mostly it's just about the economy and stuff and stocks. I see it, but I don't subscribe to it. What drives me nuts? Drives me nuts though. When I
That's like the news source, you know, and that's the news source.
No, like straight up, like it's legit fake. It's not twisted, it's not skewed, it's legit. They find all the fucking, it's just, it doesn't matter what it is.
voted for him. I'm just saying, I'm not opening any debate. I said people voted for him.
You're being sarcastic, right?
No.
Me?
You think he's not from America?
Yes.
No, you were joking. I said you were serious.
I'm serious.
I don't.
You want to see his birth certificate? Is that?
I don't
They
see
posted it online.
any way, shape, or form
I'm not trying to be a dick. I thought
that
you
a
were
guy
honestly being
somehow,
sarcastic.
some way, made it through our government and became president without being born. I just don't believe the old FBI, the Secret Service, and everybody else all let that happen.
Yeah, you tricked everybody.
Yeah, he got everybody.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying. How the hell did all that slip through the cracks?
He's fucking around.
Anybody who's
right?
ever been to the DMV, it's impossible to
He's
get
fucking
anything
around.
to the DMV.
Alright, dude, you had me for a second.
This guy
I'm like,
became
no,
president.
man, serious.
This guy somehow got a driver's license, a birth certificate, and some
Well, you can get all that stuff.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You can get all that stuff, all that
I
documentation.
ain't never told you, you know, when I was in the Army, last 2 years in the Army, we went over to Iraq. It's my white job.
Why wouldn't anybody? That's why we don't want more government. You can't trust the government. You can't trust a government. Anything, period. That's why our cycles through every 4 years. That's why they're discussing term limits for fucking congressmen and senators and shit.
Well, that's what I don't understand. How is that going to affect? We decided that we can't let this one guy make decisions, but we'll be able to make decisions for 50 years at a time. Like, that's
Get some music going.
Well, we're trying to get fucking straight.
Be nice. That's great, sir. I like this.
I tell you what, when you put it on Chromecast, like the Google Photos are great. I love
I have one of those. Man, I have one in my bedroom. That's what I use.
That's I was like, oh, it's such a great serene, natural street, lights and shit. And I open up Facebook and shit. I just don't need it doesn't matter what it is.
That's why I like camping, buddy. Can't wait for camping. I'm dying. Snugger,
Is he here? Oh, it's Saturday. Probably works late. Yeah.
You wouldn't have to
God, DJ gets me buried last night, and I find a dead ball and he doesn't see it. Oh boy, he didn't like that. It was early too, like, I think I just won a game, like, right, you know, and all of a sudden, like, the very next shot, I'm like, I'm making that ball, I'm good for it. And he's like, 5 and out every fucking time, like, God damn, man. I'm like, wait, it's gonna be a record for me, like, I'm supposed to do. Oh, he owes me money too. Terry's owed more money than I've ever made, I think.
I think about it hard enough, I probably would.
Huh?
Every time Q boy comes in and got lunch with Q boy, I say, hey, come on, go do this. They tries to buy my lunch all the time.
Yeah, Terry's awesome. That's why I always try to beat him and buy him beer first.
Well, if I know we're going ahead of time, I call ahead and order before we go up.
I caught Terry, your dad in the late though. I bought him a beer before he bought us one. I got reminded who I am.
Hey guys, I don't think we're actually going to get anything going. We're just kind of sitting around all waiting and seeing if anything's happening, and it doesn't look like anything's really happening, so rather than waste you guys' time, I think I'm just going to turn the stream off. I don't think we have anything going on for tomorrow, but if anything happens, we'll post it on our Facebook page, and I'll be sure to tweet it out if any of you guys happen to follow us on Twitter as well. But yeah, looks like it's going to be another early night for us over here, so let me see what's going on here. Is he on? He is on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over. So I'm going to send you guys over to a friend of the channel's. He's actually Ryan's roommate. And he was a great help for us getting things set up and whatnot. And so I'm going to go ahead and send you guys over there. If I can remember the command to do so. And of course I don't. Oh wait, let me do.
About 4 miles an hour too much. You don't need it for these things.
Here, Ryan, break these balls. No, you break hard.
Gonna see some.
Oh, Flint, this one's for you.
Where are we going? Oh, gotta go to the mountain. Can we even fly to the mountain with the new parachuting in there?
No, I don't know.
Oh, so that's, man, those might be the best two looking emotes on Twitch.
Put a square and a half. Should probably pop immediately.
I mean, I bet you're asking yourself, who's this crazy nut job with a beret and Ray-Bans on, and what is he playing? He's playing a game on Xbox called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's a battle royale game where 100 players drop in, and one player or one team is the final survivor. You have to find your own weapons and your own armor, but the object of the game is to kill all of the other players, and this is the map. You can land anywhere you'd like.
Did you make it over there?
Drive anywhere you like.
Oh, you popped already?